as long as this thing works. We are live, back with another episode of Brewnomics. We're on episode 70. Today is the day before Memorial Day, so we're going to be talking about some war movies because we wanted to honor our veterans and our men and women of service that have been out there for us, just kicking ass, taking names because we're America. So thank you to all of you vets. I'm sure we're going to make another announcement here once we start recording the cast. As you all know, we are doing the preliminaries right now, finishing up our notes, whatnot. And lastly, I apologize. I'm just coming over a cold, so I try not to laugh, or no, I will hopefully laugh, but I will not try not to cough or sneeze or anything like that into the recording and sound absolutely horrible. And with that, I think we're going to be good. Only news I have for you, Jerry, is because we now have our master beer list fixed and finalized, is I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to just kind of do a quick rundown of the beers that I know of so far that qualify for our Brewnomics recommended.
Cool.
If that works for you.
Okay. Is that cool, Vic? I wasn't really paying attention.
It's cool.
Okay, it's cool.
Once again, there you are, everybody. Jerry Vasco, let's give him a hand. Never listens to any of his other co-hosts.
No, I have
all right.
a huge news point that I was just going through to reread a
segment
call, and I forgot a big news piece that I totally just missed. I was like, oh shit.
All right, you gotta take care of that.
So I wasn't ignoring you on purpose. I was ignoring you, but not on purpose.
I love you too, buddy. It's all good.
It's just natural.
Yeah, I know. I'm just used to it at this point, so.
What beer are we gonna drink first?
We should start with the I Tap That segment.
I don't like that.
I know you don't like that, but it's just gonna, with all the rest of the beers that we have, it's gonna ruin the flavor profile of it. Before we start, Vic, would you mind?
We have two of these. Do you want me to pour both of them at once, or just start with one?
We could do either. You know what? It's a good beer. Go ahead and pour both.
Okay.
At least from the tasting that I had, it was good.
Oh, so you just had a tasting?
Yeah, I just had a little sample thing, and I was like, because I had the Gruit 2.0, and they just changed the recipe a little bit. But yeah, Vic, I'm gonna want you to have all the recipes, but the notes.
Ale.
Yeah.
Right. I just had the botanical ale in the sampler pack from
Mind Blade?
Oh,
Sierra Nevada.
Deschutes.
Thank you. It was 7.5% and like 15 IBUs or something. Fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping whatever this botanical ale is, that it's not a trend and it sticks around. So if this is botanical ale, I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
It is classified as botanical ale.
Nice. Gruit.
And we got 5 on deck, right?
Yeah. We'll see if we get through all 5. We might. Especially since most of them are just one. So we should actually get through pretty quickly.
Yeah. Oh crap! You're gonna ask me for Untapped or Tabor pricing, aren't you?
That'd be nice.
Dang it! I forgot to get the. I'll bring that up real quick. Sorry, everybody at home. These are like the little things that we think we know what's going on, and instead we end up reading a grocery list. On it, testing out the mics instead of actual work.
She's got a dump on a
Truck.
That's like what?
What?
Big money, but.
I'm spending again. All night long. Did we ever figure out if it was 20 seconds, 30 seconds? Are you calling somebody right now? Okay.
If what was what?
Talking about Jesus. Talking about Jesus.
Hey, did one of you guys just use the back door? Yeah. Go to the alarm code, put in your alarm code off, and then your alarm code off again. So you have to do it twice. Oh. That's it. How's everything else going? Dang, okay. Dang, no, I'll take it. Good work, man.
Yep.
Was it under you?
Yep.
Beautiful. Was it 1+ or? Two? Okay, that's okay. Still something. Your features all right. Cool. All right. But hey, either way, that's all right. Good work, man. Okay, I'm going to start podcasting. I just want to make sure you guys do that. All right. See ya.
Everybody silence your cell phones.
Sorry.
No,
I
you're
got
fine.
a call that was telemarketing, and I ignored it, and it was, "This is Protection 1. The alarm at your store is going off." And I was like, "Fuck, this is a it's a non-emergency alarm." So I just fucking turned it off. That's one of those couldn't wait calls.
No, I know. I mean, you gotta take care of your business.
I hate
It was a
doing
little
that,
bit hot
but-
on that, but that's okay. I'm gonna turn. Can I get a mic? Oh, I ruined Kip.
Kip.
Wow, bro.
I'm Kip.
Can I get a mic check from levels on the rest of you guys,
No.
please? All I've gotten is from PK. I want to make sure I don't blast my eardrums out.
Listening.
Check 1. Check,
Check
2. Dumps like a truck.
Truck. All right.
It's like what?
What? What?
Calm down. We don't have rights for that.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's get to it. I'm ready when you are.
Do it again. William, you ready, buddy?
Yeah, I got prices everywhere.
Are you guys ready? All the people that aren't watching? Yeah!
The Gruit was $7.50 canned.
What do you guys think? Should we
So downtown price for a 16 ouncer.
we need more posters in here?
Or those those metal tin
I don't know.
signs that have beer?
No.
No, not metal because it echoes.
Not metal.
Got it.
Just thinking it'd be better to look at than that ugly green blanket.
Yeah. Yeah, I should probably take that down.
Well, it doesn't need to be down. They'd have to go over it, but it probably does something for the sound, which is nice. But I don't know.
I'm sure it does.
I don't know how much of a difference it makes.
The doors.
Yeah.
Oh, you can tell the recording from when we moved into this studio and the other one because this one sounds a lot better. You can tell it's a bigger room, but it doesn't echo nearly as much,
Nice. Nice.
especially when you hit the table.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, ready? Steady. Oh, God, that's weird. Okay. Go.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another Brewnomics podcast. Episode 70. That was Paula that's saying, not me, because I'm Jerry.
I'm Paula. I'm Vic.
Will I am.
All right. I apologize for the singing. I probably won't let it happen again. Yeah, it's fine. We'll see how it goes.
I sang it, but it came out your mouth.
It was wonderful. This episode is pretty much Memorial Day is when this one's going to be out. So the main theme is kind of our favorite war movies, which will be interesting because I'm not a big war movie guy. I don't know how the rest of you go, but I do have some to talk about.
Great.
But first, let's drink a beer. Hooray!
Yay!
I just wanted to make sure there were no objections.
No, what show are you on again?
Exactly. Yeah. So this one is different because we're going to do our I Tap That segment right out of the gate here. What our I Tap That segment is, for those that are unfamiliar, is since we are an Idaho-based podcast, every podcast we drink at least one beer from Idaho and decide if we would tap it or not. At least a keg, kind of think a home brewer's keg. So, are you going to spend a little bit of time brewing 5 gallons worth of this?
Pretty much.
And then drink it with your homies. Or, nah. Let's find out. Will, tell us about this beer.
This beer is brought to us by Barbarian Brewing. Got it from downtown, their taproom station. It is a 6%, and it is called I Am Gruit 3.0. This is basically the third volume of their Gruit style beer. And other than the fact that it's called a Gruit, I don't know a whole lot more other than Gruits are not made with hops. So I'm going to shoot it right over to Vic, who's going to read us some stuff off of Untapped, as well as a good description and just kind of what's going on with this quote-unquote beer without hops.
Yeah, sure. So this is a gruit or an ancient herbed ale. This is a botanical style ale made with herbs and flowers instead of hops, as Will mentioned. So this is volume 3 of Barbarian Brewing's iteration of it. It was made with mint, basil, lemongrass, and Japanese yuzu fruit. I don't know what yuzu fruit is. Do you guys know?
I have no idea. It sounds fun.
I don't.
It sounds fun in bed.
I mean, let's figure out what kind of fruit yuzu fruit is before you say that.
Yeah, I mean, it might have like thorns or something on it, and then I would. Whatever
Yuzu
I
is
said
a
is not.
citrus fruit and a plant in the family something. It is called yuja in Korean, blah, 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 but Mandarin it's a citrus, I guess. It looks like a citrus fruit.
Oh, cool.
That's exactly the description, right?
Looks like well, then it's getting all, but the Mandarin word, it just other names for it, essentially.
Jeez.
Which doesn't really do us any good, but okay, an Asian citrus fruit.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
You probably wouldn't want that in bed, but that's good.
No.
So what they did tell me at Barbarian, as I got this, was that the recipe for making gruits is actually older than it is for making beers with hops.
Traditional beers?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is kind of, I have heard it's kind of an ancient ale, because I think Dogfish makes one similar to this, and then we just had another one from Deschutes that was a botanical ale like this also. So it's interesting because they're not bitter, and that's probably because they don't really have any hops in them, which is interesting where they land on the beer line, because within the United States, technically for it to be classified a beer, you have to have hop sweetened barley, at least a little bit of it. But I don't know. Are they saying an ale is different than a beer?
I don't know.
I don't know. But either way, ultimate deciding factor.
Do we like it?
Do we like it? How's it taste?
This I think I picked up for $7.50, and I got it in to-go cans.
$7.50 each?
Yeah.
God damn it! This better fucking be good, Barbarian.
They're downtown prices as like $5-6 for a pint, 16 ounces a pint. Plus you got the can, you have to travel with it. So
This
yeah,
tastes like
to
tea.
go. What do you guys think so far?
It tastes like tea, like alcoholic tea.
What-
Definitely can taste the lemongrass and the basil and the mint.
yeah, the mint and the basil are coming very strongly.
So I'm getting the
out of those
lemongrass and the basil, I think, is what I'm getting the most of.
Mm.
I like the smell, but it tastes like a tea.
I like it a lot.
Deceptive, yeah.
Interesting. It's weird because it doesn't have that hoppy bitterness, but don't let that mean this isn't bitter. It's got a little bitter kick to it for shizzle.
Citrusy. It does, for me, it hits the back of my throat. After you get done drinking it, you sit for a second, and you're like, it's right there.
Oh, really?
It's right
I'm
there.
taking like a big gulp. I'm just taking little sips.
And the fruit's Yakuza fruit. What is it called?
Yuzu?
Yuzu.
Okay.
I love Yakuza. That's way better.
By the Crazy 88.
Absolutely. I mean, it has a refreshing quality to it. I like it.
I feel like this is a good summer beer, like
Yeah.
a good porch rocker kind of thing.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. And so we got what, 25 hull check-ins, 20 ratings, 3.9. So brand new beer. It's still pretty fresh. It was canned on 5/21.
Yeah.
So 5 days ago.
Yeah, and the cans usually hold fairly well, almost more than growlers.
Agreed. They at least don't have the issue of light tap to deal with, which always helps. So 3.9, what do you guys think about that rating? And would you tap it? Let's start with Paula.
At first taste, I wasn't too sure. Upon drinking it again, it's almost like having a Gatorade. It's just like, I can't fucking stop drinking it now. It's just making me more parched. I do like the way it tastes. I love the citrus of it. It took me a minute to get used to that kick in the back of my throat. Ew. But now I enjoy it. I give it a 3.5.
Okay.
I would tap it.
You would tap it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Interesting.
Dick. Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Slap my mic with a pen. Might be.
Mic slappers.
Mic
over here. Yeah, I sort of agree with Paula. It definitely has sort of a dry tartness in the back of my throat that's hitting me a little bit. I think 3.9 is sitting a little high for me. I am going to drop it to a 3.75. I like it. It's refreshing. I could drink this indefinitely for a while, at least on a hot summer day. So, yes, I would definitely tap this beer.
All right, next. I am gonna double down with you, Vic. I almost want to give it a 4.0, but there's some kind of weird. I think it's the basil.
Sure.
It's almost it's that herb kind of flavor.
Yeah.
But I have to say I do appreciate the little hint of mint. I am picking that up, and that's very nice and refreshing. So yeah, 3.75, and I would tap it.
Nice. Jerry.
I'm so torn on this one.
Oh, yeah?
Part of it, fucking great name.
Sure.
Okay, can we talk about that for a second?
Solid.
Wonderful
Yes.
name, Barbarian. Terrible price, but Barbarian's always had an issue with that. Their prices are way higher than they should be. I love you, Barbarian. You do a great job. Humble yourself on your prices a little bit. But I get that there's no real set price for the beer market. And I don't know how you brew your beer, so maybe it's justified, but maybe not. I take one sip. I really enjoy it. I take another sip. I don't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's getting me back and forth on here.
How's the third sip, sir?
Well, I enjoy it. But then I take this one.
Number
It just
4.
doesn't taste like beer to me either.
Mm.
Which, I mean, I guess I get that. That's the lack of hops. I do not hate it. I'm going to give it a 3, though, and I'm not going to tap it.
Okay.
But too little too late, because 3 out of 4, it would get tapped.
Yes, sir. Just need that 75% or higher
Mm-hmm.
for members on the podcast. So
Thank
there
God
you go.
Will's here. Or all 4 of us, or it would.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
Good job, Barbarian. We would tap that beer.
Thank you.
Well, let's get into some news then. Let's go on with some beer news, because this is something that we talked about a while ago, and I actually believe we had this beer on the podcast. You guys remember the Sierra Nevada Resilience IPA?
Oh, yeah.
That was the IPA that was brewed in
Yeah,
for the wildfires.
Yeah, the forest
essentially.
fire.
Mhm.
The campfire down in California that kind of got out of control, burned a lot of homes.
So the deadline for the donations was May 14th, so 2 weeks ago. And this just came out where it said, currently we do not have even half of the overall pledges in hands. So it's 2 weeks past the deadline, and more than half the brewers participating that were supposed to essentially give them the money from the sales so they can match it and start rebuilding all their homes. They just haven't. So she didn't name any brewers or call anybody out. They've got some good contributions. They've got about 7.1 million, a little over 7 million. But there are still a lot of people that it's like they haven't done it. So I did see a release where like the form and the instruction sheet on what you were supposed to do to send the money and it was confusing as shit.
No.
So a lot of brewers were like, well, you could have said something, you don't gotta be a little shit about it. And also, did you see how you're supposed to collect this? It makes no sense. So I don't know.
It's like 20 forms, and you have to sign all of them.
Right.
You have to like initial on every corner.
Mm-hmm.
Then also it's like in hieroglyphs at the same time.
Yeah.
Kind of like buying a house.
So you got 7 million, you can start doing something.
Yeah. Give the money to the people.
But also, brewers, come on, you're 2 weeks past. You said you're going to do something good. Obviously, people are still displaced from their homes. But I get it's a charity thing, but if you're supposed to do your part and you're sitting on a lot of this money, then get rid of it. Back to where it belongs. And hopefully you didn't do something sketchy with the money you were supposed to use for charity.
Yeah.
Because I would stop drinking those beers immediately.
Mm-hmm. God damn. Well, I hope they didn't do something sketchy with it. Just sitting in a holding pattern somewhere. Oh.
So that's it. Just pay up. People are counting on you. We're supposed to be a good cause. Don't be an asshole about it.
Don't be an asshole.
Don't.
That's all I got on that.
Cool.
I agree.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Next, here's something I'm kind of excited about this. Sony Interactive Entertainment, like PlayStation and stuff. They are starting an in-house production company to develop shows and movies based off of their video game library.
Oh, that's cool.
So like the Sony 25-year exclusive or 25-year catalog that they have, they're going to pretty much start their own network out of it. I know they tried it a little bit before. They had like that one Powers series that Vic and I watched. I don't care what anybody says. I really enjoyed it.
I fucking love that series.
Great comic book series too, but that's also not a PlayStation show. It was a show on PlayStation, but obviously it was never a video game or anything like that. So what do you guys think about this? What games do you want to see?
Wasn't that on Crackle? Isn't Crackle a Sony streaming thing?
Well,
That kind of
Sony Entertainment owns Crackle, but this is specifically the PlayStation division.
Oh, okay.
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 So this is all going to be like you can watch this from what I read, because this is brand new and I could have read it wrong, but you're only going to watch, like you have to watch it on your PlayStation.
So I know this isn't Sony necessarily, but I would watch the heck out of Resident Evil, which is Capcom show on PlayStation.
Well, that's not part of the question.
Okay, well, it's hard to know what properties are
Yeah, well,
Sony.
That's true.
Can you tell us?
Crash
Some-
Bandicoot?
Yeah, God of War.
God of War, there you
Yeah,
go.
I would watch
Technically
that
Spider-Man. But I
Okay.
don't think they can get away with that
one.
one.
No, that's,
Probably not.
that's a red ban on licenses.
I don't know. I don't know enough about video game developers to say which is which, but this does have potential. It could be pretty cool.
Oh, what was that?
And I wonder if it does, and that's the other thing. I wonder if it does have to be specifically a Sony game, or if it is going to be something like to your effect, Will, where it's like, well, if it's been partnered with a Sony license, it's been on our PlayStation, it's got a chance.
I'm trying to think of the developer that did Infamous.
Mhm.
Do you guys remember Infamous? Infamous Second
Oh,
Son was on the PS1.
Oh,
that'd be
yeah.
something. That'd be cool.
That's a great plan. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I like that. I'll watch it.
That'd be a dope movie, I think.
What did they have? They had
We
Kills.
could do
Was
a
it
show
Killzone?
kind of like Mr. Robot for something like that. Killzone, I don't know.
Oh, that'd be nice.
that would be kind of cool. Kind of cool. I want to see like a Rocket League. So it's like, but it's like rollerball meets like Fast and Furious.
Mhm.
That's super smart.
That'd be
That'd be
great.
great.
Yeah, I'd watch it. Yeah.
Gosh, what was the name of the game that came out? It was not Horizon. Is it Horizon Zero Dawn?
Oh God, they've got a lot. I just looked up their list and it is vast.
I'd say The Last of Us. That would be fantastic
Yeah,
to watch.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I'm down. I
If
like
Last of Us wasn't already a Walking Dead spinoff, anyways,
it.
practically.
Right, essentially,
Oh,
yeah.
dude, Heavy Rain live action would be dope.
Oh, there you
That's a
go.
good-
Yeah, like a crime noir. I like that.
That'd be dope.
That's a good idea.
That'd be pretty fantastic.
What was
yeah.
that video game that you were going to play earlier this last year and it kind of flopped? It was from them. It had
Oh, Quantic Dream. Yeah, Detroit
Yeah.
Become Human.
Detroit Become Human. Yes.
I like that game a lot, actually. It's got a lot of potential.
Did that game flop?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
I didn't
to
pay
the sales.
attention either. It looked kind of cool. I didn't.
I haven't heard anything since. I don't think it did great, but I mean,
Yeah.
people liked it.
Those games are tough. I mean, it's an incredibly story-driven sort of game. Like, there's not a
Yeah.
lot of action in it. You're basically just playing a visual story, which is, for me, it was pretty interesting.
What do you got there, Jared?
I found the list.
Okay.
It's huge.
I mean, there's what, like Fat Princess. That would be kind of interesting in a cartoony way.
I don't even know what most of these are, but yeah, their universe is massive. I don't even want to start reading this shit. Bloodborne. Hey, that'd be a fun one.
What was that game when we launched people into buildings?
Oh, Pain?
Pain.
Hey,
like a funny
God,
cartoon,
that
man.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot about
We had a lot of good times with that one.
Dead Nation. That's a fun zombie game.
Oh,
that could be a
yeah.
cool one. I played this shit. Detroit. Hey, Become Human. That is a Sony specific one.
Yeah.
You were right. Okay, I'm not going to keep going, but man, there are. It is a massive, massive, massive list.
Taking a lot.
I should have sent this to you guys beforehand so we could have made our own list.
Well,
Hey, yeah, Fat Princess. There you go. Will Owen is on the list. Like you said, I've been scrolling. I just now made it to the F's.
I know my shit. I just can't think of anything.
It's just been a long day. Gran Turismo, God of War, a lot of racing games you could do. I don't know, man. There's a Heavy Rain, Heavenly Sword.
Oh, Heavenly Sword.
Yeah.
Would be great.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, that was the one I was
That'd be
thinking
a
of.
good one. Fuck
That's
yeah.
that's the post-apocalyptic robot warrior takedown one.
Kind of interesting thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So it's Little Big Planet. That'd probably be a good one. You can do a lot with something like that.
Make it kind of kiddish, but still fun.
Dude, that could be a whole thing, Little Big Planet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Hey, and Pain is on the list too, Paula. Of course it is, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down. Brew Crew, if you have anything, tweet us your ideas on what PlayStation game you want to see made to a TV show and/or movie.
So, that's cool, man. Yeah, it's exciting. All right.
Enough of that.
The reason why we didn't mention was it Drake?
Uncharted.
Uncharted is because it is already being made into a movie.
It is.
Yes, it is. So just
And
for
it's a
anybody that,
PlayStation exclusive, but it's a Naughty Dog property. It's not
Correct.
a Sony property.
but for anybody that was going to jump all over us for that,
It
yeah,
is being made into a movie.
yeah,
already.
we specifically didn't mention it on purpose.
They're already on.
Yeah, cool. Ultimately, though, God of War would be the best.
God, that's
If they can fucking do it legitly,
You would have to put so much money into that.
you would.
it would be great.
It would.
Would you want to see that live action or animated?
Gosh, I don't know.
You could do more with animation, but I kind of want
Because
to
to throw that live action to get that good, holy fuck, that'd be expensive.
Well, yeah, it'd be like The Witcher expensive, what
Mhm.
Netflix is doing with that, or what Amazon's doing with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That kind of expensive, or what HBO did with Game of Thrones. So
But does PlayStation have that much money, especially when it comes to like a movie or TV
They don't.
studio?
they don't.
Exactly.
Well, there's a Heavenly Sword movie. It sucks. It sucks terribly.
That's
Oh,
true.
Is it animated? Is that
Yeah.
like CG?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's all straight to the game, but it sucks.
Interesting.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I'd love to see God of War live action, but yeah, it would just cost too much and be wildly inconsistent. So the only way to feasibly accomplish that, in my opinion,
Super
is just-
Stardust. That could be interesting.
That would be dope.
He picked his foot up again. You see?
I can't. I'm so intrigued by this list now. I can't help myself. I'm sorry.
Stardust.
Super Stardust would be badass. Twisted Metal. There you go.
Oh, car crash game, kind of like
Yeah.
Death Race 3000 or whatever. Maybe
Ooh,
like
if they-
that.
If they did in the style of Death Race, yeah, that'd be legit.
You know, it'd be fun.
It's been like, what, 5 death races so far?
Have there?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, a lot, yeah.
After
What?
Jason T. Statham was not in it, then I just stopped watching.
Well, and it was a remake too.
Yeah.
when they first started doing them. So
Mhm.
when Red Statham started doing
I've
it.
never seen any of them, the originals or the remakes.
I haven't.
Why would you?
And at the same time, like I think for that reason, we should almost do a commentary.
Yeah. Well, you have Jason T. Statham. The T stands for transporter. Okay. And you have Ian fucking McShane. It's silly fun, dude. It's just silly, stupid fun in that
I do
movie.
like Ian McShane.
Love Ian
Quite
McShane.
honestly, all the other sequels to that movie are basically the same. And they have the same caliber as the original movie without Jason
Really?
Statham. Yeah.
No.
Like, you still get a beer and just fucking get drunk.
Okay.
You know, and be like, all right, man, I'm not mad.
Party on and watch it, dudes.
Cool.
Right on.
Thank you for watching one person on Instagram.
And one on Facebook. That's
Oh.
2 people.
Thank you, Facebook.
Yay. All right, what do we got next? Let's get off that topic. We need out of here.
We've gone too far down the video game hole, but let's talk about the Sonic movie.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Nice.
It got.
It's been delayed.
Yeah.
3 months. So until 2020.
Oh, they need to fix the CGI? Is that what
That's
they're doing?
exactly why.
Poor
That's
developers.
exactly why.
Feel- I
Well,
feel
at
for
least
them.
it's just to refine the CGI, though. It doesn't seem like it's going to be reshoots or anything.
I still feel for them because anything that they've done already like that, it all has to be mocapped, right, from the actor's performance.
Well, it already has been. hasn't
Well,
it?
yes, but what I'm saying is to now remap that onto a different face, it can look pretty weird.
Probably
depending
should've done
upon, like,
better
the eye
first time
tracking.
then.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we'll see. There's such an outcry from the fans, which is kind of amazing. I didn't realize fans cared that much about it, honestly.
Well,
And then,
I don't know if they do. Again, we just know how much the internet loves to yell.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair.
Just give us something to be angry about.
We don't like this. That's different.
Well, I was talking to a buddy of ours. I don't know his handle, but Diego,
Oh yeah.
and he was really happy that they were changing the look of Sonic.
Mhm.
And I told him like, no, I fucking hate it. I don't know if clearly you didn't listen to our last episode or whatever it was because we're not into it. He's like, don't give the fans their service. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's what we fucking do. Pay it or don't pay.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Which is a gamble. I mean, like, because now like people are going to watch this movie, so it's possible that the studio is going to recoup their funds on this. But if they spend more money on production than it actually gains, then that's a huge loss. So
Right, and they're going to have to end up spending a lot more, and I think the hype is maybe going to end up dying down a little bit too. So
totally, yeah,
it's going to make even for a harder opening weekend for them. So this is going to be a rough
Poor
one.
James Marsden.
Poor James Martin, poor everybody else involved. I wonder if this is just going to end up being the death of Sonic.
yeah, man. God, John Ralphio isn't John Ralphio in it?
Yes, I think so.
I think he's Sonic.
Is he really?
Well, the movie's got a great cast.
John Ralphio?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is Sonic.
Jim Carrey's Robotnik. Yeah.
Well, yep.
Sorry, my one contribution.
It was a good one, though.
We liked it.
So let's go back to Sony real quick. You thought we were done? We're pretty much done. There's rumors with the Spider-Man 3 movie that they are going to, I guess you can't say introduce a character, but pull a character from another universe over into it.
This is the within the Marvel continuity, the Marvel universe, the one after Far From Home.
Correct.
Okay, because there's also
Correct.
Into the Spider-Verse, which is its own thing.
Correct. So this would be after the Spider-Man movie after Far From Home.
Okay, just wanted to be clear.
You are clear. You are correct. Any guesses on who it's going to be?
But they're pulling a villain in?
No,
Oh,
just a character.
okay.
Miles Morales.
No, he's already been in a movie though. It's probably not going to happen, is my guess. But there is rumor because I read, was it Fandom Wire, CBR.com, a few comic book sites were talking about
So
big rumors on this. No,
Ben Riley?
no, like think bigger, movie wise.
Galactus?
Not like movie wise.
So you said he's already been in a movie?
Mhm.
Adam Webb?
No, not Madam Web. But yes, he's already been in a movie.
Oh.
Dr. Octopus?
No.
No, wait, you said not a villain.
Right.
Silver Sable? Black Cat?
Spider-Gwen?
Spider-Gwen, yeah.
Already been in a movie.
Correct.
Why is this so hard for us, Trey?
I'm wondering the same thing.
We should know this.
It's a property Marvel has acquired
Blade? I don't know.
from the live action side. It's fucking Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds.
Okay. Wow. All right. Interesting.
Mhm.
Interesting.
I like how we went off the rails on that one.
You guys were real far off.
Well, I mean, like, you gave us very little to go
We're
with.
all Spider-Man characters.
Yeah.
You know.
That was the red herring.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
So you get
I
mad at
guess.
us about that. Good Lord.
Well, I guess I just expect better out of you guys.
I think
Obviously,
for
we're taking the Spider-Man character here.
I'm
Yeah.
still kind of in shock because Deadpool does not line up with the Spider-Man, any kind of Spider-Man movie universe at all. Just
No.
because they're so wildly different and so aimed at different audiences.
Well, but I guess I could say clearly when it comes to that, we are getting the multiverse thing theoretically with Spider-Man Far From Home, according to the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Apologize for any spoilers if you haven't watched the trailer. So the opportunities are limitless for them to be able to bring it in one way or the other. Here's my question. Do we want this though? Because if you pull Deadpool and especially Ryan Reynolds into Spider-Man, they could obviously make it super self-referential, but you're going to get a very tuned down Deadpool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm cool with it as long as he does not appear for more than 2 minutes in the film.
I would just rather, if they're going to keep it going, do Deadpool 3.
Well, yeah,
Keep it in its own
I'd
universe.
rather see Spider-Man in Deadpool than Deadpool and Spider-Man.
I think it could be about that. I think I would like that more also, because Deadpool could still be Deadpool,
Mm-hmm.
and Spider-Man could still be Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great point. I don't know. I mean, I'll watch it. I'd like to see them both in there, but you're right. Like,
Because if this is absolutely nothing but a rumor, Kevin Feige or no Ryan Reynolds, no one said it's going to happen.
Sure.
It's just speculation.
I mean, it would be awesome if it did because,
Would it?
hello. Well, I mean, there's so many really good Spider-Man, Deadpool comics.
There really are a lot of great ones.
And they're mostly pretty funny
Mhm.
because they both have mouths on them, both characters.
Yeah, but there's a drawback. It would be like a quippiness overload, I think, and like I don't know if I need all that. So.
Exactly. Does it become too much
Does
quit at that point?
Right.
And that's maybe where I'm looking for more of like a cameo of
Yeah.
Deadpool in Spider-Man.
And that makes a lot of sense. It would take a very smart set of writers.
Because, right, if you do a buddy cop movie, you're supposed to have them complement each other. And obviously, they're very different characters, but you can't have two wisecrackers.
Right. Exactly. That's too much.
I think it'd be fine. On the Ultimate Spider-Man, you do get Deadpool in there, and he's fucking hilarious in it. He's not swearing or anything. He can't say he wants to kill people, so he's like, I'm gonna unalive that person.
Right. And here's one thing that I would think would be interesting about it, especially with somebody like Ryan Reynolds, is shut up, Will.
Okay.
I'm just being distracting at this point.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
know.
helpful.
Sorry. Sorry,
Now I
buddy.
fucking lost what I was gonna say. Come on, Will. Okay, Ryan Reynolds is good enough, and since he's meta and fourth wall, he can make it self-referential to where he knows he wants to swear or murder somebody. Could he be like, PG-13? So that could almost make a fun aspect to it.
And plus, it would just make a shit ton of money. It's a shit ton of
It
money.
would make so much money on there. But if it's PG-13, it has to be like pushing the borders of PG-13, I think, though. Which is why, to Will's point, even though I hate to give him credit because he threw me off, I do think I would rather see Spider-Man pop over in a Deadpool movie. Since you're probably not gonna, if they continue it, I doubt they're gonna continue with any sort of X-Men unless it's the very select few that they've already had in it, like Colossus and Teenage Negasonic Warhead.
Maybe Professor X?
Nah.
No, you think
Well,
McAvoy's done? You don't think that the continuity that with him, they transfer it over? He's young enough.
You don't need it. There's no place for him in there, I don't think.
Okay.
In my opinion, I don't think so.
I think we're bringing the
Especially since we have Cable, and we're going to keep Cable over there, and they're not going to do anything. If you bring in Xavier, I feel like you have to bring in all the X-Men. I think you could have just Deadpool and Cable, Teenage Negasonic Warhead, maybe Colossus, especially with how Deadpool's used them, without having to use the rest of the X-Men. Professor X, I don't think you can have him without the rest of the X-Men.
Agreed.
I
just thought you
X-Men
were talking in the MCU.
Yes, and I am. And the reason I bring that up specifically is they've said they have no intentions to bring back mutants at all anytime in the future. They have a lot of other plans
like
in
five
store,
years out.
and the mutants have nothing to do with it whatsoever. So
Makes sense.
yeah.
I like it if Cable were to meet Spider-Man for Peter to be like, you look very familiar, just face-wise,
Because he's famous.
something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Then he just snaps
There's
his
some
fingers.
aura about you. I can't quite figure it
There you go,
out.
there you go.
Anything from the mouth down is just off. I don't. Maybe it's your eye color.
Oh, that
Some
would
kind
be
of color on your face.
That would be a good call. That would be a good call.
Voice is familiar.
All right, so let's take a quick break from the news real quick and
Drink another beer.
drink another beer. So this one is called Ectogasm from Drecker out of Fargo,
North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Yeah, it's a real place.
Yep, Fargo, North Dakota. It is a real place. It's a dope ass looking art label on here. It's got like, kind of looks like the evil Slimer from Ghostbusters, but he's got some gnarly fangs on his teeth, a purple hood with the pentagram on him, with some skulls.
Looks
Tell us
like
more
a,
about this beer, Will.
looks like a combination between like Slimer and Skeletor.
There you go.
Yeah. So I got this beer off of Tavor. The rest of our beers are all going to be off of Tavor. I picked them all up, and we need to get through them because we want to have fresh beer on the show. And I just love drinking beer with these guys, so I saved them.
Well, gee, thanks.
Yeah.
It always helps to drink beer with friends.
Yeah. This beer was $6.99 for one off of Tavor, but I really picked this up just because the art was so awesome, and Tavor gives a really good description that makes you want to buy things. But it's an IPA. It's a hazy IPA, and I don't know. I'm excited to have this. It looks very hazy, very citrusy. You want to mark the time so we can edit that one? Okay. Vic almost fell asleep. If he doesn't edit that one out, we're sorry.
Did he?
No.
I don't think he did
It was
either.
very shocking to my ears.
Yeah. Okay, so this beer, what do we got on Untapped?
Okay, yeah, we're covering 7% alcohol by volume, 65 IBUs, is rated a 4.15, derived from 6,260 ratings. It was added August 18th, 2017. It doesn't have much for the description. It just merely reads, Ectogasm is a juicy, hazy, soft Northeast IPA brewed with Citra and Mosaic hops. So yeah, if you look at it, basically, yeah, very hazy style IPA. Very
can-
citrus forward on
Yeah.
the nose.
You can definitely smell like it smells like orange juice, just by smell. What do you guys think?
It does. It smells pulpy.
You're pulpy.
Thank you. Is there lactose in that?
I don't think so.
No, it tastes fluffy. Oh, so they usually go to make a point if they have it in there or not on there. No, not bad, but it does taste fluffy.
I don't know about the fluffiness, but I definitely get that haziness. It's got a really good hard hop bitter lingering taste to the end of it. Very earthy.
That's a really good way to put it. I was trying to figure out what it is. I like the earthy description.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I concur. A little dankiness, I guess. That's really that earthy quality.
Yeah.
It's not bad though.
No.
I like it, but for such a citrusy New England style hazy IPA, it does seem dry and earthy.
Yeah, this
Which
is
is
very,
interesting.
very.
Yeah.
It feels very dry hopped for a hazy. It's not juicy at all for how citrusy it is.
It doesn't taste as juicy as it should. Yeah, for sure. Especially as much as it smells, because it has that super pulpy smell. So you think it's going to be real juicy, and it is juicy. I think so, but dry, like a dry juice, like almost like you'd use it with a mimosa.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I think I'd like that. It'd be a good breakfast beer.
Yeah. Nice brewed.
Well, let's
shell.
rate it. So this has a fucking 4.15 on Untappd. What do you guys think about that?
I feel it's a little high.
You feel it's a little high. Well, I agree.
Yeah.
What do you?
That's surprising. Usually, because I'm not the IPA guy on the show. I mean, I enjoy them just like anybody else, but I'm definitely not the guy that you would point to and say, "Oh, that guy knows all of his IPAs,"
Well, in all fairness, it's also a hazy IPA. So
which I normally like.
you don't really have to be an IPA guy to get hard on these. I do like it 7.5%. Do you remember what you paid on Tavor? What side this was? Do they have any funny?
Yes.
Yeah.
I said at the beginning it was
Oh, you did, okay.
$6.99 per beer per 16 ounce.
So this would probably, if it were at Tavor or something like that, would probably be $5 a can.
I would guess five.
Right around that, 550 agreed. So not too bad. A little bit on the higher end, but not like offensive or something like that. 4.15. I'm just gonna give it a 3.25. You know, still a little on the high end, a little drier than what I think it should be. Ultimately, not bad, but it's still a New England IPA, and they're just very rarely special to me.
Right. Yeah, I guess I'll go next then. I'm gonna go a 3.5 on this one. It tastes like your basic hazy IPA to me. That doesn't scream at me anything particularly special, but it is a good style. It is a good traditional way that this is brewed, I guess.
Yeah, I feel you there. I think a lot of people who we've met, and especially people that I've met, when you say hazy IPA, they're always like, I want that to be juicy. They want that juiciness within it. So I was expecting that, and when I didn't get it, I was very surprised, and I like that fact.
Okay.
Okay.
With IPAs in general, I do like that little bit of a kick.
Mhm.
A little bit of earthiness, stinkiness, a little bit of like a hair on your balls.
Sure.
And with the hazy IPAs, I'm always just like, yeah, let's get some wine coolers. Let's fucking do this, Maybe that's just Idaho in me. So,
Let's get some fucking wine coolers.
that's what it feels like sometimes. So when I'm drinking a hazy IPA.
Agreed. It's not a real beer almost sometimes is what it tastes like.
Not to say that they're not bad.
Exactly. And that might be a really attractive feature about it to a lot of people.
Mhm.
And I understand.
And I get that, yeah.
But I like my beer to taste like beer.
Like hair on your balls.
I do.
You do.
I do. That's why I get so mad at you when you manscape so tight.
Dude, I'm a tortoise shell down there.
I know.
Yeah.
I like a little bit of that Velcro effect on my beard.
3.25. 3.25 is what I get. I'm not mad at it, but I'm not going to call her back.
Sure.
Oh, Lord.
I'm gonna rate this 3.25 as well. Just kind of triple down with Jerry and PK here. I do like the kind of pine forward flavor, the citrus, but at the same time, it's not what I was expecting with the hazy IPA craze as it is.
Sure.
Expected, yeah, just a little more juice. But if you are the kind of person that likes a traditional IPA and you want to know kind of what that smooth haziness is all about without, changing up the flavor too much, I say this is a great go-to for you. So with that, yeah, for me, I'm rating 3.25. We're going to move on. Jerry, what else you got for us? News-wise.
Did you guys both rate it?
Yeah.
Everybody rated it.
Mhm.
They're not paying attention to us.
You're welcome. So next for the news, and then I think really only two more things, and then we can kind of wrap up on here. This one I actually think is really interesting. Rotten Tomatoes is changing their rating system.
Are they doing it more of a, I think I heard of this, isn't it going to be more accredited, right?
Yes. So it's specifically for audience members because of the way they bash and attack movies like Captain Marvel, just going after. So before, as an audience, you can rate them. I mean, you can still rate it, but if you want it to be official to where it's going to tick towards their actual numbers, you have to register. So you can't rate it as a guest, and you have to upload a photo of your movie ticket.
Your ticket stub. I like it.
It seems a bit extreme, but I mean, I guess.
The internet's full of hate, man.
The internet is full of hate, and Rotten Tomatoes has been a big, big victim of that.
Mm-hmm. I think for the credibility of their site, they have to do something like this. I'm glad for it.
I think so too, and I really am okay with that. Ultimately, like, it is a pretty extreme move, but it's sad that there are so many sexist, bigot, douchebag twat waffles out there that they pretty much had to come down.
That's a wonderful description, twat waffle.
Mm-hmm.
Apt for them too.
We coined it as Brewnomics.
Did we?
Just now.
If we can, we'll have to look at that. So yeah, I think this is okay. I
Because
guess.
there's a band already named Twat Waffle. Our kid show.
No, I think that's the. Shit, I don't know. That would be. I just feel like everything I'm going to say is just going to be too graphic. I don't want to say it right now. Maybe later though. Let me see.
Be for the after hours.
Right. Brewnomics after hours.
Twat waffle after hours.
Yeah, good old T-dubs, man. You
Oh,
gotta
TW, man.
The rail.
yeah.
Maybe some
And
cunt
do
crepes.
you have anything else, or can I go over my beer stats stuff that I got for
Some
you?
cunt crepes.
Oh, that's a strong start. Yeah.
Some.
Came in with the CC, huh?
There we go.
Good old C squared.
It's pancakes.
It's the buddy team up we never wanted.
So there is a movie that is going to come out. Last bit of news, and then you can do your beer thing. Just because this was just announced, I'm wondering if you guys have heard about it, because they have a screenplay writer, a director, a producer attached to it. No characters, but an official live-action reboot. Mortal Kombat.
What?
Movie.
I heard about this,
Produced
yeah.
by James Wan.
Yep.
What?
Movie.
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 The director is somebody I don't know. He's a commercial director. It's going to be his big screen silver debut. And the screenplay writer, I think, is Greg Russo. Not a Russo brother, but a Russo. I don't know if there's relation or not.
No relation.
But they haven't said anything about a plot, which characters are involved, which characters aren't involved. Just that they're doing it and shoot for a 2021 release date.
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They haven't said
Wow.
if
So
it's
probably
going
into
to be
2021 is my guess.
in timeline or reboot or.
It's a reboot.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be a whole new Mortal Kombat movie. So I'm not really sure anything other than that. Oh, it's shooting in South Australia. And it's going to be pretty big budget, too. It's the largest produced movie ever to come out of Australia, is what they're saying, or largest budget movie ever to come out of Australia, if I remember reading that right. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you guys, because nobody's been cast, nobody's been attached, do you have any, like, I want this actor to play this character right off the top of your head, or no? I know I do not want Ronda Rousey to play Sonya Blade after her piss poor fucking voice acting performance in the video game.
Yeah, that was bad.
So bad.
Was it Alicia Vikander that did the new Tomb Raider?
Tomb Raider, yeah.
Yeah.
I think she could do Sonya Blade.
It's a great pick, man. It would be Cassie Cage. Well, actually, yeah, that's probably too much because we need a basic character set first. So
If it were Sonya Blade and she could act, I think it should be Charlotte Flair.
ooh,
Because
that'd
she's
be
tall,
awesome.
fit, and blonde.
I like
And
it.
long and strong, too. So she physically perfect.
I saw fan art of Chris Pratt as Johnny Cage.
Oh, I saw that
Oh.
as well. Yeah.
I wasn't mad at it. What they made,
Huh.
glasses and purple jacket and everything, looked pretty good.
Oh, he'd be great. Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think Chris Pratt could pull off being full of himself in that way.
Oh, I think,
I think it's
he
too
could.
stocky.
Oh, he could absolutely.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's too stocky. That's my biggest
Oh,
thing.
okay.
I need a little bit of a
A
slimmer
little
build.
bit taller.
Mm-hmm. Like obviously Ryan Reynolds could do it, but I think he's got this handle.
Make Tom Cruise do it.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
No way.
Well, that's the point.
Maybe more like
I
Goro.
think it would be really fun if we got Hugh Jackman as Kano,
Oh, that'd be nice.
especially because he's Australian already, so that would be pretty fun. I'd like to see Hugh Jackman as a bad guy instead of a good guy for once.
That'd be good.
Mhm.
I like it.
Would you make Robin? Was it Robin Shue? The original.
Oh, the original.
Would you make him
Liu Kang?
like not Liu Kang, but like Raiden or something, or someone?
Oh,
who-
Raiden would be a good choice.
Mhm.
Or he could come back as like Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
fun. I could get into that.
Or that might be kind of loud.
Because if you're gonna bring one back, it's gotta be Robin Shue,
It's
right?
gotta be.
He was phenomenal with it. And if you guys like, who's Robin Shue, the original Liu Kang,
Check it
for
out.
the first Mortal Kombat movie and the second one.
That and shoot is Liu Kang.
that
Liu Kang
mullet is legendary.
Dude, his hair, those, and he was in Beverly Hills Ninja with Chris Farley.
Yes, he
So
was.
the brother.
Moving on.
That's all I got.
Okay.
I don't know, unless you guys have anything else with Mortal Kombat. I'd like to go on this for
I
a
think
bit.
we need, as the movie generation, we need something like that.
Yes.
Like a fucking martial arts film.
A real,
And if they do like
Gritty.
solid choreography, solid work style, I mean John Wick style action.
so that's why I would almost like to see either with something like this, a lot of, but that's also the hard thing when it comes to the acting wise of it. Because yeah, we've clearly shown with movies like John Wick that the action that we can do now and get is just next level.
Yeah, absolutely.
But a lot of times when you get these guys that can do the action like that or the fit, especially something like Mortal Kombat, you're going to be looking at a lot of UFC fighters
Yeah.
and a lot of professional wrestlers
Yeah.
who physically, they can do it. They have the looks, they have the movement. The acting is always what comes into question at that
Yeah.
point. But something like Mortal Kombat, a lot of it, as long as you can still do the rest of it right, you can almost get through it with a professional level promo style of acting with some of these characters if you get like really good ones. Or are you going to get like really great actors to where you're going to have to fake a lot of the action? That's a hard balance for
It's
a
a
movie like
hard
this.
balance. You're absolutely right, man.
But we need it.
We do.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Redemption.
If it's me, personally, I hope it's a bunch of UFC fighters and professional wrestlers to where the action is first and foremost on the front line. Have a good enough story and don't give these guys enough lines consistently. It's like, look, you get 2 sentences, Johnny, then Sonya, it's your turn. Raiden, you're okay. All right, we got Chow Yun Fat for you or whoever. You get a few more lines, you know.
You need actual actors to carry by else.
Exactly. So I think there is ways to where you could do this super well. And James Wan obviously has proven, look at fucking Fast and the Furious. Most of those motherfuckers can act. Come on now. Yet he makes it work.
that guy, he's definitely cut his directing chops.
Mm-hmm.
Not just on Fast and Furious, but even stuff earlier than that.
The like human. Oh, and yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm fucking jazzed for this, guys.
Well, 2021 is not that far away.
It's not that far away.
I'm very worried. That's one of the first movies I watched as a kid. You know, I just don't want it to break my balls and my heart.
But
Yeah.
we know at least it won't be worse than Annihilation.
Dude, that fucking mud fight scene,
It was hot.
I am never gonna forget it.
But
There was a movie called Cyrax or whatever
So
else.
bad.
Yeah.
They were just trying to balance way too much going on in
Mhm.
that film. So, yeah, and there's bad acting, bad graphics. Is the whole shebang.
The guy that plays the Mountain, him and Shao Kahn.
Ooh, that'd be good.
I think we blocked a lot of Mortal Kombat Annihilation from my brain.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Rewatch it.
See that I tried to rewatch it, bro, because every now and then I like to watch really bad movies. I think we all do.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna at least enjoy a really bad movie, try and do a drinking game to it, whatever. Like 10 minutes, and I'm like, I can't do this.
It's just as hard.
hurts.
It took me like 2 weeks to watch Annihilation again. Watch it for like fucking 15 minutes increments.
Ouch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one of the things I've been doing while I've been gone is I've been going back and
Beat me by that much.
thank you so much. And I've been writing down all of the beers that we've had on the show since our start. Like, we weren't organized at the beginning, and we're trying to make up for that now. And so I had to go back and re-listen to all the old episodes in order to write down what we had and what we hadn't, because we need to save money because we're paying for this show ourselves and all the beer ourselves. We don't want to buy the same beer twice and have it on the show twice. So as I've been doing this, I've also been writing down what we've been rating it. And in addition to that, we've also introduced something else into Brewnomics kind of culture during the show. And that is, we have a Brewnomics recommended list, right? Where if all of the people that are on the show that at that time, or, you know, at least out of us four, right? Like, if we have a guest, like, we love you and your ratings count, but maybe not towards the recommendation of a show, right?
Yes.
That's fair. That's fair.
Just kidding.
Okay.
No, he's right.
Glad that I'm getting that out there.
Hear that,
No
Peter?
disrespect, Peter. Love you, man. Thank you for the table. It is awesome.
Or Campbell, either one. That's what it's for. Well,
But,
very much respect.
I've gone back and now that I've got this finished, it's really cool to see what we've done, and just, you know, because I'm a super nerd, and I just love going over the analytics and the data and all this stuff. And
I'm just a geek.
yeah,
I think if I'm a nerd to a geek. You fucking Poindexter.
I took it up to a whole nother level. Thank you for those who joined me in on that.
I knew it was coming. I just couldn't support you.
Oh.
Oh, womp, womp, womp.
Ouch.
So going through this, I have added the ratings that we've all rated it for all of the beers, and I'm about halfway through all of our shows, which I'd probably about to say, right?
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
you're doing well, man.
And I'm still going to go through and listen to the rest because we didn't even have a list of the first 20. That was my first goal. My second goal is to listen to the rest and get all the ratings. But so far, for our recommendations, these have all been rated 4.0 or better by all of the cast members here. We have 16 different Brewnomics recommended beers.
Holy shit, we do?
Yeah.
Wow.
We do like beer, but like, just to be fair, on this show, we are having our 300th beer, and it will be our next beer. Will be our 300th beer.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. We've already had 280, 298, and 299. Next beer will be our number 300. But only 16 of them made the Brewnomics recommendation list. So without further ado,
So that's 5.3%
what?
of the beer that we drink makes the Brewnomics recommended list.
That's a pretty elite class. Wouldn't you guys say?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So if you hear, I mean, at least that we have ratings of now, that might go up, right?
It could always go up. The percentage could go down. I'm sure the number, I mean, obviously the number will go up and that percentage is going to get smaller and smaller
Yeah.
by just the nature of how shit works.
Yeah, I guess.
So let's see how this one goes. So this is the
Oh, you
three.
didn't want me to read the list?
Oh, all 16 of them?
Yeah, real quick. I'm not going to read the ratings and what they were, but they're all 4.0 or up
Sure.
from all of us. So
Sure.
there you go. There's your qualifier. But these will be announced in order of highest rated to 4.0. So the first is the Red Velvet Cream Ale by Boise Brewing. Next is the Sumatra Mountain Brown by Founders Brewing. After that, we have the Extra Special Red, which is part of the Cellar series from Odell.
Yeah.
Then we have the Spoonful of Sugar by Illuminated Brewing.
I remember.
After that, we have Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Mayan Mocha from Odd Side Ales. That was episode 57.
Ooh, I remember that one. I brought that one back from Detroit.
Yeah.
Habanero.
After that, we have the Monk's Uncle from Pike's Brewing Company. and that was a Belgian right there. And then bringing it all the way back to episode 15, we have Screw Jeffrey from RAR Brewing.
Ah, that one was fun. That was a great
I remember
episode
that
too,
one,
with Vijay.
Yep. And then after that, we have the King Sue from Toppling Goliath Brewing Company. And then we have the Goodnight from Oscar Blues. We have Pineapple Crush from Cascade Lakes Brewing Company. Coconut Almond Macaroon from Decadent Ales, which was episode 69. So just the last episode we even had one that was rated. And then after that is the World Court Mocha Blonde Stout from Legal Remedy. We've had the Wallua Wheat from Kona, and the Irish Death from Iron Horse Brewing, the City of the Dead from Modern Times Brewing, which is really good. And then last but certainly not least, the Bacon French Toast from Decadent Ales.
Oh,
okay.
all right.
Cool.
Okay, well, let's see how this one goes. This is another one with just the dopest artwork on the label. This beer is called Kung Fu Kittens. Tell me that's also not a dope fucking name. It's got a bunch of kittens dressed like samurai. One's got 2 swords. One's got a bow staff. One's got that looks like those giant mace thingies. I don't know what they're called.
Centaur.
Okay. It's from Kings County Brewers Collective out of Brooklyn, New York. This is brewed in collaboration with Interboro Spirits and Ales. Double dry hopped India Pale Ale with citrus, amarillo, and lotus hops. 8.5% by volume.
I highly implore you to go on the internet and look up the Kung Fu Kittens beer can label because it is awesome.
Yeah.
Whoever did the artwork is just, yeah, this is great. Let's see what else we got on this beer. Also from Tavor, and this was $7.99
Jesus.
per 16 ounce.
That is a spendy beer.
Yeah. What do we got on tap, Vic?
Let's see. Untapped. This is sitting at a 4.13, derived from 728 ratings. It was added April 5th of 2019, so hasn't been on very long. Yeah, it's a high-rated beer. Interesting. Have you gotten to give it a sniff or a taste, anyone?
I have not. It has a little bit of a darker color than the Ectogasm. Both of these being hazy IPAs, right?
Yeah.
This is a double though.
It's a double imperial. This reminds me more of like almost a milkshake IPA.
This actually doesn't say, unless I missed it, that it's a hazy.
Okay. Maybe it's not. It's
So I don't think it's a hazy. I think it's just got a lot of citrus in it.
just unfiltered.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is smooth.
Maybe I'm
as
mistaken, but
fuck though. Yeah, I don't.
it doesn't say hazy anywhere on it. It just says double IPA. So. God, that is one of the coolest fucking looking labels I've seen. I definitely want a poster of that.
Wow. You are right. That is smooth AF.
Yeah.
So does it say anything on Tavor, right? It says this is a collaboration, but it doesn't give us the why or the story or anything that we know?
Mm-mm.
No? Well, thanks, Will.
Thanks, Will.
Oh, wow, that smells.
Oh wait, on Tavor? Maybe.
Yeah, I tried looking
Sorry.
this up. I can grab a lot of information for it. This is very well not promoted.
Oh, KCBC and Interboro, the two breweries that collaborated on this, they're only a mile apart, and they're basically best brew buds. So there you go.
Yeah, we've had another beer with the same exact collaboration before.
I know we did one with Interboro and another collaboration. I don't know if it was these guys. I think we've had a similar one like this or the same one with a different one, but it definitely looks like Interboro seems like they're big fans of the collaboration, and I definitely tend to enjoy that because one of my favorite ones, and Vic and I tried to do a video of it for you guys, but for some reason we just couldn't get it to work right for the life of us.
Oh, it was a video series. I was gonna
They
say, I don't
did
have it on my list.
No, they did Run the Jewels
Oh yeah, that
beer
was on
with this one
video.
for the YouTubes, and it was just so fucking good. But unfortunately, we couldn't get it to work well enough to put it out.
Yeah, couldn't get our shit together.
This is a phenomenal beer, though.
Tasty.
I
Says,
really like it.
says that New York craft beer fans snatched up every single last can on the day that it debuted.
Wow.
So, like, the only thing that they had left was what they had set aside to send to Bohr.
There are a lot of people in that town though, but dang, so I'm glad we were able to get a hold of one then. 4.13, Paula. What do you think about that?
That is very aptly rated. This is a great fucking beer. Just from the first taste, it's just like I said, it's just super smooth. I do like my Imperials. What's the ABV on this? 8.5?
8.5.
Yeah, that's fucking great. That's fucking great. And, I like the ABV a little bit high. I like it to be a bit smooth. And I actually had a chance to smell it. It smells awesome too. I want to bathe in this.
It reminds me, is anybody else getting like a little bit of a creamsicle vibe off of this?
I'm going to go back for another. Just reading, though, it does say that this is a sequel to their 4.3 Beer Advocate rated Ninja Kitties. So it's an actual sequel to a beer. Go figure, since we're talking Kung Fu sequels.
Isn't that something? Something.
That's not how I sound, especially not right now.
That's just pillow talk.
Okay. Yeah, my voice is all deep. Sorry, I want to drink more of this beer. You guys talk.
Good, because we don't really. I'm sorry, I was going to go somewhere else with that. I really do like this beer a lot. A lot. I don't mind rating right now if you guys don't mind at all if I do.
Oh, absolutely.
I
Yes,
want to
please.
give it a 4.0. She is tasty. She's great. I hope she likes me. I'm going to try to Facebook friend her.
Oh,
We'll see what happens.
strong move. Yeah.
Send her a wave.
Maybe a poke.
No, man, that's too dicey. You gotta wave her first.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. Okay. I don't know how Facebook works. I'm gonna go ahead and rate this one as well. I'm gonna go. I think it's aptly rated. I'm gonna go with a 4. It's smooth as fuck. Just tasty. I would love to get like a keg of this. I know it's not part of our I Tap That series, but I would definitely tap.
But
this
it would
beer.
get tapped for
Yeah.
sure. No, I agree. I'm going to double down for it. Yeah, absolutely. I really like this one.
We are all in sync, gentlemen. I had 4 written down.
Well,
look at that.
Isn't that special?
Look at that. Our 300th beer that we've had on the show is also a Brewnomics recommended
Oh,
beer.
damn, that's cool.
Well, damn.
Special beer.
Leading one segment right into another, and we had no idea.
300. What's the next segment?
I think we're going to do our mains, right? We're going to pay some tributes to some veterans, making sure that we say thank you to all of our servicemen and women out there, who just kick ass for us.
Oh, absolutely. We appreciate the shit out of it. And with it being Memorial Day, we're going to talk about pretty much our favorite war movies. But you know how we do. It's loosey-goosey. It doesn't have to be an American war. It can be any war. I think it's just
Any time period.
any time period, this universe, or another one. I don't know. Does anybody need to take a break before we move on then?
It might be a good time to take a break, just for
Sure.
break's sake.
Just
All
air.
right, just for the sake of it, we'll do that, and then we will see you guys shortly. Enjoy this ad. So speaking of ads, I have one that we could do if we want to record one. After John Wick 3, John Wick has killed more people than Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers combined.
That's awesome.
That's a good movie.
fucking great.
That's a great
So
movie.
I think that could be a fun movie fact.
That's fucking great.
What about
What's the kill count for this third one? It's gotta be higher.
Jason Voorhees and Mike Myers?
Mhm.
I think you have to add Freddy Krueger into that mix.
I don't think you can.
Well, I think after the 4th one, it probably will beat that. Probably.
Just get some air.
That's why I called for the break. I don't need to pee or anything. I just
Open
wanted.
that
I just
door and
wanted.
fucking,
I just wanted to get some air.
Thanks, Instagram viewers.
Oh my God, gross.
Watch.
And YouTube, we're just gonna keep you running. Sorry for the blank screen. You probably want to skip ahead in 5, 8 minutes. Maybe go ahead 10, and then we'll come back. Anytime you just kind of skip forward, and maybe we'll even do a little secret PKK if we want to do that. I don't know. There you go. Now you're at face level because you went down a little bit. Cool.
Who's watching us?
I don't know. I can't. Nobody's watching us on YouTube. Although it does look like we have a limit of like 200 people.
I'm gonna wave to this
I don't
fucker.
know.
What? Also, yo, whoever's watching us, thank you for doing it. But I'm gonna end this, so we're gonna come back and then restream it because Instagram
Yeah.
only rolls for like 40
It-
minutes.
40 minutes to an hour, and that's like good buffer. Like it might just cut this out anyways. So we'll see you in a minute.
Love you.
Love you.
I also need to charge my phone.
Oh, we need to pull over the. I mean, you can hear him from the other room. Do we need to pull over the charger cable thing for you to, or are you just gonna
Probably.
pull it off?
What's my 47? I gotta pee first. I'm gonna come back to this and worry about it later.
Okay. I'm gonna get out of this hot, sweaty room. Oh, the air conditioner. Yeah. Agreed. I wonder what it would do if we put the window on it. Exactly. And then if it starts to get wind, you'll just that's why someone needs to admit to that. The Dyson one still makes a little bit of noise, but it's not much. Well, it's something we could just take the key to the lock and pick it up. Well, the ones that we have like very soft. Yeah. It does a really good, because I remember that one episode when we first got Daisy, she was just outside doors. The whole time, I thought it was eerie, but.
Did I take that? Oh, dick, I took it. Dick. Oh, go away. Fuck me. Fuck me, fuck me. Don't want to move you. Oh, I'm still alive. Shit. Fuck it. Fuck it all. I don't care. Smells like dude and balls. I wouldn't mind using the restroom again. Pardon me.
Wrong. Thanks.
That's what you're walking away. The what? REINTN? REINTN. Hulu, Amazon, Netflix. Any good?
Oh, motherfuckers.
A little bit of science, a little bit of. Man, sit up. Any of you guys watch IndyCar racing?
No.
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't get to see it today. I missed it. But apparently there was a really good race. Like one of the best in years. My mom was telling me about it.
Your mom watches IndyCar race?
I grew up in Indiana, man. I was born in there.
Okay.
She grew up there. I was born there.
Huh.
Yeah, she remembers sitting on the tires, like around the rally track when Michael Andretti would, like when that was a thing, like we need to do that. Like the tires of like the lights. Back when that was not considered extremely dangerous. I don't know.
Crazy, man.
Apparently, I don't let you do that kind of stuff anymore.
I'm probably not too many liabilities.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I saw one of these on the floor just by the nature of it. I always expect one of them to be on the floor. Shadow, must be a sound pad.
Yeah, I just open the door every time. I'm like, yep, that is on here. All right, cool.
Well, more ghosts came by and knocked them down, I guess.
I just created a whole debate online.
About what?
I went to Bardenay and they put horseradish in my fry sauce and I told them to take it back because horseradish is for fucking psychopaths. In fry sauce at least. Who the fuck does that? What fucking animal does that?
Renee does.
Barney, fucking pieces of shit. And I'm like, oh, you guys do a whiskey sour? Can you do it with an egg white? You know, I don't think we can do that here. I think you can. Why don't you ask the bartender? And I watched her, and she didn't. Fucking bitch. Can't tell me you're gonna charge me $9 for a whiskey sour, and you can't have a little bit of egg white. I know you fucking got eggs. I'm real mad at the bartender right now.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. They try to be.
You don't say. Live to YouTube.
I hope they hear it. No, I tagged them. No, I tagged Barney in the post.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope.
There you go, man.
I don't hold anything back. They fucked up
I
today.
get it, yeah. They have an American pho there. It's just
It's horrible.
a slap in the dick, yeah.
Mm.
Oh no, I've really only gotten wine there. That's all I feel like they can do.
Well, we got breakfast there. You know, that's never bad.
I almost feel like
I mean, the whiskey
I've had a
sour,
sandwich.
I will say, was really good.
I've had their vodka, and that's okay.
But a whiskey sour is
Right.
always better with egg white. Where I had their rum, their house rum, and it's the worst rum I've ever had.
Really?
Garbage.
No. Yeah. There's some secrets back in them Tennessee hills. Or is that bourbon? Bourbon's only able to be made in Tennessee. Or is it rum? No.
Bourbon just has to have corn in it.
I thought it had to be, there was like something, or no, it's whiskey. There's bourbon and whiskey. Bourbon is everywhere. Whiskey is specifically Tennessee.
It just depends on the ingredients. It's got to have like 51% corn to be bourbon, and then whiskey's got to be 51% rye or whatever. I don't know, whatever they use. It's different.
Drove a Chevy to the levee, but the levee was right.
That'd be a cool levy. What is it? Rye, whiskey? I don't know. I saw a documentary about it. It just basically comes down to materials.
Materials and dick. Dick.
You come down to materials, sir.
Dick.
Oh, you're welcome.
I think he is calling you property.
I'm not.
I did not at all insinuate
I
that.
think he did.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Welcome to another episode of That Escalated Quickly.
Of Is Will Races.
I'm proud of you boys. Get your head on a swivel. Is Will racist? Is that our segment?
No. Fuck no.
I'm taking this dude off, man. He just keeps.
Yeah, I know.
He's fell down like fucking 4 times.
I'm ready whenever you guys are. We're having a conversation, or are we doing mains and all that?
It's not up to you, Will.
Where are we at? We got 40 minutes?
We're an hour.
We're in an hour.
I mean, honestly,
I think we're about right on time.
well, maybe.
Depends on how fast this goes.
What do you guys think? Do you want to have a conversation, or do you want to do your honorable mention and your favorite? And then if there's some we didn't talk about after that, we can do quick honorable mentions.
I think a conversation would probably be better. Well, I mean, you
I'm
said
just
it's personal.
kidding.
I don't
I
know
know.
about fucking war movies. And quite honestly, neither do I. Mine's kind of a slap in the dick to like war movies.
Oh, whiskey's primarily barley. Yeah, let's do a discussion. Sorry, I had to figure that out. I was driving me crazy. Yeah, let's just do a discussion. I think just pay tribute to war movies in that way. I mean, I don't really have a particular main or an HM unless somebody does. I don't. Not too concerned though.
Yeah, I'm pulling this out of my asshole right now.
I do, like I said, I have one, but again, I have like 4 movie war-wise overall that I talk about.
Yeah, so whoever takes the lead, just take the lead.
Well, they're not all before the invention of gunpowder. That's not true. One is.
Oh, you have one on there that I'm proud of you for.
I don't give a shit.
Good job. I already read them all almost. Well done. Those are great.
Oh, Lord.
You only had one on there that I didn't have on there, and I should have had it on there.
Which was?
300. I didn't have 300 on my list.
Oh, I thought it'd be perfect since that was our 300th beer. I thought that was hilarious. I know.
Oh yeah, that totally lines up. You're absolutely right. Here's a list I came up with, and it's ridiculous.
Jesus.
And I don't want to mention all of them.
I hope you don't, because I haven't seen most of those.
Okay.
So
I sent it to PK. Do you want to see it, Vic? You needed help.
The list? Yeah, no.
That.
I'm reading it. I can read it.
Okay. I don't know how far your site works.
Pretty good. It's a pretty good site.
Okay. Cool.
Yes. All right. Well, yeah, I'd like to keep this to about 30 to 45 minutes here. That's what I'd like to do. So,
Can you do two things for me?
what do you want me to do?
Can you pull up the director of Alien?
James Cameron?
No,
Okay.
the other one. Aliens.
Ridley Scott.
Yes, Ridley Scott. Can you pull up him? Because he's got like 4 awesome war movies.
Is
that
your
he's
hair
done.
different?
A little bit.
Looks good.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah, decided to change it up and I
Okay.
shaved again. And thanks, man.
you look better more shaved. You look better shaved, in my opinion.
Thank you.
Yeah, straight up like a Lance Bass thing happening here, and he's handsome.
Mm-mm.
He has a beard now, though, and he fucking rocks that beard.
Does he?
He does.
I can't bear myself to grow it out enough. Maybe one day.
All I have is Behind Enemy Lines. And then that episode is Always Sunny when Frank keeps referencing Rambo. That's what I got.
Rambo never happened.
And then I got Captain America Civil War.
it's kind of a war movie.
You mean the first Avenger or Civil War?
I
Civil
believe he
War.
fucking said Civil War.
Civil War.
And then I got Valkyrie, but I mean, it was good, but I don't really feel like talking about it.
Never watched it.
That also.
Then I got all the Rambos.
Okay.
So, I mean, someone's kind of taking lead on this discussion.
Good God. Jesus Christ.
I wasn't lying for what I said.
fantastic.
No, you're great. Just go with it.
And I was going to say Team America, but I already brought that up. Like,
Okay, so let's just bring it back. I'll pop open this beer, and then I guess we'll just go.
yeah, we'll start talking about things. Who wants to bring us back?
I will.
Okay.
Okay.
2 from Decker. This episode.
Mhm.
That's cool.
All right.
That happens sometimes.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something, and I hope you feel like a better person because of it. I missed you, but I'm glad you're back with us. How you doing, Paula?
I kind of miss them.
Kind
I
of.
kind of miss them. They're always just chatting me on my messenger, and I'm just like, stop waving at me.
Stop. Enough with the. That's the new poke, Vic, for you. That's again, if you're on a Facebook thing, instead of poking, now you wave.
You wave. Because no one likes to get poked.
I've had people like, this person waved at you, and I'm just like, why? Don't do that.
Just say hi. Fucking say
Just
hi.
say hi.
That's ridiculous.
Anywho,
It sounds like that's like almost the same thing as what like a nudge was. Was that ever a thing?
Yeah, well, a nudge was a thing.
was it?
I think it was like a Google chat, maybe.
Was it a Google chat thing or was it like a MySpace thing? I don't
Was it
remember.
MySpace?
Was
I
it
don't
an
know.
AOL thing?
Taking us back, huh? Wow.
I'm old.
Social media has always kind of been the toilet of the internet. But here we are.
Dude, that's a Brewnomics quote, man.
It's actually a Lady Gaga quote. I
Is
wish
it
I could
really?
take credit
Oh.
for it, but she said that and I'm just like, ow. Fucking right.
I forgot how much you love Lady Gaga.
I respect the fuck out of Lady Gaga. Not a big fan of her music, but I do respect her as a person quite a bit, actually.
I think she's extremely talented.
She's an incredibly talented musician. It's not my
Not your
It's
jam.
not my jam. But I do respect her a lot as a person. Anywho, that's not what we're here about. We're here to drink another beer. This is another one from Drecker. Yes, our friends from North Dakota that we just had. These guys, whoever their artist is, damn, they're good. This is a fun one. This is called the Lizard People, double IPA. Clearly, ruse on those that understand that 1.1% of our population is lizard people. And most of them work in our government. because this is like he's like at a political podium. He's got a suit and tie, but it's a lizard person, American flags, but it's all scratchy to look, like lizards did it. So I love it though. I think it's pretty great.
Two things here, Jerry. I picked this up off of Tavor. It was $6.99, so same price as the Ectogasm.
Okay.
Per 16 ounce, which we kind of figured was what, like $5.50 off at a bar or something like that.
Justin on Facebook says, "Grow a beard, Will. You look like a white supremacist."
Wow.
I added the second part. But
Okay. Well, I have one, and I shaved it off last night because it was irritating the crap out of me. I need to talk to Mr. Basco here and pick up some of his whiskey beard cream or something like that, because I was just dying.
It gets itchy, but there are tricks, and you can get past it. Oh, Paul, you shave yours too.
You didn't notice that? So I was on a mission to grow my summer beard, and I did it for like a month and a week. And then I realized I was talking to Vic, I'm like, this is like more work than just fucking shaving my fucking face.
And that's where I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know people think this beard's like it's a lazy thing. It's not.
No. There's
work.
There's upkeep.
Yeah.
Back to the
Quite a
beer. Back to the beer. The artwork you were asking about it is done by punchgut.com.
Oh, okay. It has it on the can.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right there, right next to the Independent Craft Beers Brewers Association.
Oh yeah, there it is.
So-
Punchgut.com. So give those shout out to those guys, man. Check out their website if you're into some dope art because you'll probably see some cool stuff.
Yeah, and Drecker, they just sold 2 cans plus it made it to a podcast because of their artwork. So
Absolutely.
huge shout out to Punch Gut
Because
because
that's
I bought these beers because they look cool.
one of my things that we say: we never judge a book by its cover, but we'll judge a beer by its label, or we'll buy a beer because of its label.
Oh yeah,
Really?
at least we'll at least buy it. We'll judge the heck out of it
We'll
after.
judge it by its flavor, but we'll buy it based off of the label for sure.
And then I just picked this up because Vic, and when we did our conspiracy theories podcast, I don't even remember how many episodes ago
This
that
would have been a
was.
great one for that.
This just fit right in. I was like, oh, I have to grab that because Vic said, yeah, I like the idea that there's lizard people out there. I think that's funny.
What do we got on Untapped, Vic?
Untapped has this at an average rating of 4.09, derived from 745 ratings. It was added 4/19, 2019.
So another new beer.
Yes.
Do these guys, are they another one of those ones kind of like Barbarian or Decadent where they have, I wonder if they have like their 10 barrel, 15 barrel system and it's just always rotational. They never, like almost never brew the same thing twice.
I would imagine so.
Kind of like
Seems
revision.
Thank you. That's the other one I couldn't think of.
Yeah, Revision's always cutting new beers.
I don't know. It does say here on Tavor that Drucker's Brewery is in a 150-year-old locomotive repair building in Fargo, North Dakota.
That's awesome.
That's fucking cool.
It also says, I honestly can't think of a better location for a shadowy group of reptilian co-conspirators to coordinate their schemes. So that's great.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, this beer is 8.5 ABV, so it is up there.
Yep, they're not messing around. It is a double New England Imperial IPA. I want to read the description. It says, a Lizard People double IPA brewed with a super secret blend of some of our favorite juicy hops that was decided in a smoky back room under an oath of secrecy. This one will give you hints of ripe mango, berries, and interstellar lizards in people suits.
Fucking love that. What a great description.
I can't make it up. That's what it says.
I love it. Oh, that 4.09. I haven't sipped it yet. Let's see how we feel about that rating.
There's
On-
an interesting aromatic quality. Go ahead, Will, sorry.
No, you're fine. Interesting aromatic quality to the nose.
He did just say that.
No, that's what I'm asking. Like, I wanted you to finish.
I can't pin it. Yeah.
All right, I'll go with what I was going to say since we're just doing that.
Jesus Christ.
Apparently, on the tasting notes for Tavor, it says that there's notes of lime zest and dank papaya.
Papaya. Papaya is one of my favorite words. It doesn't work super well with microphones like this because peas, that's why we have pop filters, but papaya.
And you just did it again.
Papaya.
That time it worked.
There we go. Papaya.
Well, it doesn't help when your pop filter's right on your mic, so it's basically neutralizing each other.
Papaya.
Well done. Now that you fixed it.
Well, you got it. I don't always catch these things. You got to tell me.
There you go. Yeah. Right. I
Too
just
long.
It keeps falling down.
noticed it. Yeah.
Keeps going
fix that
limp.
later. Anywho.
Jerry answer that problem.
You got a limp pop filter.
It also says that there's slightly piney finish, adds a touch of resinous dryness to the finish. But I don't know. What do you guys think about this beer? You want to rate it right away, or
So 8.5%, 4.09. I mean, it actually is pretty on par with the last beer we drank right before this. Our Ninja Kittens.
that was the first one. The Kung Fu Kittens is the
Kung
sequel,
Fu
which
Kittens.
is what we
Thank you.
had.
Kung Fu Kittens. Tastes a little bit like that in a great way, but again, that's that kind of New England style that you get. Although that one didn't say it was a New England, correct?
Correct.
These are very
But
close.
this one definitely, but you can tell by looking at it, it actually is much hazier and lighter color-wise than the other one. It's not dry like the first hazy. We don't have too many tasting notes because it is under deep secrecy.
The Kung Fu Kittens was double dry hopped, double India Pale Ale. So it wasn't a hazy, but they're both 8.5. This one is a hazy.
Okay.
And I believe is the double as well.
Yeah, this one has a much more juicy, a slightly more refreshing quality than our previous beer.
I like it. I'm getting a little pineapple
Yep.
out of it, so less citrus and more of those tropical fruits. I really enjoy pineapple in beer for some reason. It's become one of my more favorite ones.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned on our Brewnomics recommended beer, and it's one I've been picking up a lot lately, is that pineapple kush from Cascade. That motherfucker's delicious. So maybe it's kind of the turn of the weather, the heat here, but I'm digging these beers with these pineapple notes in them right now.
Yeah, the acidity in that usually helps cure a lot of the bitterness too. Makes them a little smoother.
Sure.
Cool. All right, well, let's rate it.
I'll give it a 4 right off the bat. I'll tell you that it's right there. Again, a little high because of the price mark. Still, $8 on board is going to be $6, maybe $5.50 best local, which is still sitting up there for one. But yeah, it is really a fun beer. And again, the label is one of those things that makes it worth it. It does got a taste to match.
Topolo. I'm gonna go 4 as well. I think it's an aptly rated beer. It's smooth as silk on a Sunday, as I like to say. 8.5% is a little high, but I'm with it. I am definitely with it on that one. And yeah, that pineapple quality to it just really, it's refreshing for the summer. I like it. It's a good start in the summer.
Right. Fruity, sweet, smooth. I think I'm going to join the lizard people.
Do it.
I will.
Well, you have to take an oath of secrecy first, but
Well, all I gotta do is to say something, and they're here, and they'll come get me. From what I've seen on YouTube,
Really?
Yeah.
You just need the right phrase, huh?
all right.
I just want to know you're interested.
Is it,
Okay.
gee, that Italian family sitting over there sure is quiet.
Nice.
Because you could never say that unless.
A bibbidi bobbidi. Bobbidi boobidi. GD, man, GD. And I will agree with you guys. 4.0 is a good rating, and I will give it a 4.0 as well. Thank you, lizard people. Take me now.
You guys almost
Lizard make good
convinced me that I should also rate this a 4.0, but I'm going to be just underneath you at a 3.75.
Oh,
It just has
you're on
a
the
little-
podcast, Will.
You usually are underneath us too.
What?
Huh?
That got weird.
Yeah, they got take it to a whole nother level.
Let's not edit that out.
I was not gonna do it in the least.
It tastes thicker to me. That's what she said, right?
I was gonna say, I thought that's why
Yeah,
you like
get
it
the podcast.
though. I thought you were a fan of the girth.
Oh man, I just keep setting you guys up, don't I? All right, here's the thing with this beer. It has that little bit more of a like pine drop kind of taste to it that is bitter that I don't like.
Okay.
And the similarity between this and the Kung Fu Kittens is so close.
Yeah, you're right there.
But there's a difference between the two of them in that the Kung Fu Kittens, I don't think it was because it was dry hopped, because normally that I usually don't like, but there was something that was just a slightly more refreshing about the Kung Fu Kittens. And because we're on this, 0.25 system, like if I could rate this, 3.8, 3.85, I would do that. But I can't. And I have to recognize that the Kung Fu Kittens, for me, is a superior beer.
Okay, that's fair. That's totally fair. I can respect the shit out of that. And almost just due to the nature of it not being a hazy, you know, he gets a little bit more respect out of it. Although maybe it shouldn't, because a lot of the brewers I've talked to, and I think we've said this before, do say haziers are more difficult to make. Even though it's like you skip a step in brewing, but in order to be able to do that and still come out with a top-notch beer,
yeah,
makes it more difficult.
I think you were saying something the other day where it was, you were saying something about hazies where it's like for the brewer, it's like you have to do everything that you're originally taught not to.
Not to, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of messed it up maybe, but yeah,
Words to that.
taught not to do.
Everything you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
Let's do it and make a pretty good beer.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, enough about this beer. Let's move on to the reason why we're here. Well, I guess beer is why we're here. But for this podcast, again, happy Memorial Day. We appreciate the fuck out of your service, veterans.
Heck yeah.
No matter what branch you're in, no matter when you served.
Do you guys have any family that have served?
Yes.
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 Oh, we all do.
You want to give a quick shout out to them?
Well, the one that was on here, Paul, he was in the Navy.
Okay, great. All right, I have a cousin Ian who was in the Army.
But yeah, I have a brother that's in the Army too, brother. So I have a lot of family that have served. I never would because I have a problem with authority.
As well as lactose, but that's okay.
Exactly. They both upset me.
My dad was in the service as well. Yeah, so served, and my father-in-law was as well.
My foster dad was. A lot of my foster family works. He was in the Army, as a lot of his brothers were in the Army. A lot of his kids ended up in the Navy. I respect it. I appreciate it.
But you know, it's not for you.
It's definitely it's for our country's own good. Because I'm not the sort of person you want in the military.
Yeah, probably true.
That's not for everyone.
I accept that. But we appreciate those that do, and let's kind of give them some respect by talking about our favorite movies based around wartime. Now, again, like I said, and I think Paul is right there with me. I don't know about Will and Vic. I won't speak for them, but not big war movie guys. Like, to me, most of the war movies I watch are before the invention of gunpowder. Like, obviously, the movies weren't made then, but plot-wise, that's where they kind of take effect. I like a lot of the old, really historical ones. But movies in general, and especially even the action one I watch, with maybe the exception of John Wick, and so I'm not a big gun violence fan in movies. Much more prefer martial arts, sort of stuff like that, cooler action that way. And my favorite movies, you'll see when we get there, definitely sort of lean that way. But that's just me. What are your guys' overall takes on your favorite war movies?
I definitely like any kind of movie that will show you the tactics that they're using. So like Black Hawk Down, for me, was just amazing. It showed you all different kinds of measurements that brothers, in arms will just go to one, recover their fallen comrades, as well as just some of the different ways that they're engaging with the enemy. Whether that be at nighttime with night vision or laser scoping for a target coming down from air support, to just covering each other, and then just also like what can go wrong as well. There's some drama and stuff in that. So I don't know. I really like that movie and its depiction of everything that it brought to the table.
Yeah, definitely bringing modern warfare and the theater of war to our forefront on that one. Black Hawk Down's a great representation of that.
Never seen it.
That's a good movie.
See, that's kind of my thing with these, because
Okay.
I don't watch those sort of movies. So that's
Yeah.
why with this is going to be difficult, because you're going to bring up a lot of movies like that, and that my response is going to be like, never seen it.
Yeah. Well, and I'm a huge movie buff. I've seen everything practically.
Well, and so for me, I like a focus more an individual story because it's easy to get lost in a giant war sort of idea.
Okay.
But if we can focus on one particular story, so to get like a little more personal connection and investment, which is kind of why I like the Hurt Locker for that reason.
Great.
The
Great.
Hurt Locker, yeah,
Great
Jeremy Renner's character it's focused on him, and he's basically a bomb disposal person. and he just focuses on what he does, and they hold nothing back in that movie and how war is depicted and what his job is in that. And I think it's a great idea. Yeah,
That one I actually have seen.
no, it's a great idea.
There are a lot of notes to what you said there about focusing in on either an individual or a group of guys. And I do
Absolutely.
feel like that definitely humanizes the movie a lot more and makes it more relatable as
Yeah.
well as more engaging.
And more sympathetic,
Mm-hmm.
too.
Yeah.
Which I guess comes with the relatable aspect, but we pull out more specific tones of that notion. I like the sympathetic, maybe more empathetic, because I guess it's things I can't sympathize with over there. But I thought that one was interesting, and I love the ending of that movie too, where it's like after, especially his being like the bomb tech, getting back to the like grocery store and having to pick out cereal for his daughter. Was like, okay, this is the most complicated thing I've done in the last 3 years. I'm used to blowing shit up. I don't know how it, like that just kind of social commentary on coming back from a war life into social life for certain people.
Do I get the Fruit Loops or the tricks? Which is
like,
the right answer? I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
know what the saying.
I don't know.
What
Give
do
me
I
a
do?
bomb.
Yeah.
Give me a bomb instead. I'd rather deal with that. Like that to me, I was like, oh, fuck. Like that was a tone.
Yeah, and a lot of movies don't focus on that little bit after it, and which is an important piece, man. Especially it focuses on like
More than
rehabilitating.
more than
veterans.
anything, that's what I took away from the Hurt Locker was just because it was, oh Jesus, super subtle and stuff, but it was one of those things I just imagined like that's got to be.
That is something that I really do appreciate war movies kind of touching on is what happens at home afterwards. I mean, to anybody's loved ones or to the soldiers returning themselves. I do want to give a quick shout out before we get into PK's stuff to We Were Soldiers, and just the one thing that I remember from that movie, like I know it's another Mel Gibson giant war battle movie, but the one thing I remember from that movie was when they brought the letter to the widows that were staying on base. Like they and their families were staying in houses on base, and they were just, they were just afraid of the car driving up to their house. And that was just incredibly, like, you sent shivers up my spine just thinking about it.
Never seen that movie. Heard it was good though.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, that's my contribution.
Dude,
It's gonna be the theme.
I'm gonna be fucking quieter than usual because it's not my thing at all.
Yeah.
I've seen Full Metal Jacket. I've seen
Full Metal Jacket is one.
Apocalypse
So
Now.
let's talk about that because that was what it's such a quotable movie. The story of Arlie Ermy is pretty legendary. That's a fuck movie. After you get back that base camp, when you have Vincent D'Onofrio, who's the one that he's saying most of those mean things to, his fucking own, I don't know if platoon's the right word, beats the shit out of him in his sleep with, sock stuff with soap, and he fucking brutally kills himself in their shack. Like, God damn it. I remember watching that movie and being like, why do people like this? Exact reason why I don't like war movies is I don't want to watch shit like that because it makes me upset.
War is horrific.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. And it's upsetting. And sometimes I don't like to watch movies based around it.
It's fair, man. Totally fair.
Yeah. For me, it's like watching Requiem for a Dream. I only need to see it once.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Because another thing, just like violent addiction, it's not something I really enjoy watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really the spectacle of the whole thing, and just, it's just awkward. It's violent. It's graphic. It's deadly. If
it's gonna be that,
gross.
like I want it to be. When it comes to me, war movies, I like the ones. There are some that I like a lot of like the super old historical ones with like more martial action, so like gun violence and bombs and gore and stuff like that. Even though some do have them, but if it's done right and done a little bit more fantastical, one of my personal favorite ones is 300. It is based off of a graphic novel, so it gets to be a little bit more silly because you get that Frank Miller aspect. But the Battle of Thermopylae was a very real thing.
Oh yeah.
And this movie helped break out a lot of people's careers. No one more so than Gerard Butler. But I really like this one because the way the movie shot was super unique and a lot of fun. The action in it, although there are parts that are gory, maybe that kind of black and white, that sepia tone, whatever it is, helps take away from that a little bit.
It's a high contrast shot.
But then you get that cool music. You get, the sexiest men and women you've ever seen in your entire life on it too, which certainly doesn't hurt at all. And it kind of has that fantasy aspect, almost like Lord of the Rings, The Battle of Helm's Deep. They were getting the final one. I really like that too, where it's like, okay, like with the 300, it's like I know this happened, but it was so long ago, and it's done in such a fun, artsy way. I can fuss with this.
Nice. Yeah, I can see that.
What do you guys think of 300? When was the last time you watched it? It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, though.
I like that movie a lot just because I remember how much it went shot for shot with the comic book.
It did a really good job.
I mean, what wasn't that Zack Snyder's like big coming out movie?
Kind of directorial debut.
Yeah.
And the music is so Snyder in it too. You can hear it replayed in so many of his movies.
Yeah, I heard he edited that movie on his MacBook, man. Like that was just crazy to me when I heard that story. I was like, good for fucking you, man. That was intense. But no, that movie is intense, and it does depict war in a very interesting way. We have swords and spears and fireworks, essentially.
And there's definitely some brutality in it. Like I can't remember his name, but there's like that father and son duo in it, and then the son gets killed, and then the way the father just loses his fucking
Just
mind,
rages.
as well you would,
Yeah.
right? That was a great, super intense kind of emotional scene on there, but
Use a little bit of bullet time and hyper stylization and slow-mo.
right.
Yeah, great scene. So it sounds like, yeah, you're more in kind of line with like Braveheart or Gladiator.
100%. And those are the other two ones that I really enjoy. You know, Gladiator, I love the sword and sandals aspect of it.
I like the horsemanship that they had, like the cavalry coming in through the woods and flanking them.
And the action's really good. It is brutal, but again, character in that one. Because Gladiator is not a super historically accurate movie by any stretch of the imagination. But you do get a really good idea of kind of Roman culture, which was the point of this one. They do that great justice, but again, just a fucking fun movie. Oh, I love the action.
That kind of
Emotional movie.
If I had to
Great acting between Russell Crowe and Joaquin Phoenix. God, that was the first time I remember seeing Joaquin.
Vic and I are both smiling at each other, thinking Joaquin.
It's Joaquin.
Oh, I know.
Is it
No,
Joaquin?
I lived in a town called
I
Joaquin,
think it's
Texas.
Joaquin.
It's absolutely Joaquin, but
Okay.
it's Joaquin.
Okay.
But I know, cool.
If I had to recommend anything for you from my list, it would probably be The Last Kingdom, which is also directed by Ridley Scott.
Isn't that the Arthurian?
It's kind of Arthurian, but it's more Crusade.
Oh, okay.
And like Spanish Crusade, I think.
Oh,
It deals a lot. Orlando Bloom is
that's right. I've heard of that one. I haven't watched it, but I've heard good things.
You need to watch the
I'm gonna
director's
write
cut.
that down. Okay.
And the director's cut is like 3.5 hours long, but they cut more than half of that movie out for the non-director's cut.
Wow.
And it doesn't make sense.
Really?
It doesn't.
Okay, so
I watched both. And I was
Spend the time and watch the
what is this
director's
movie?
cut?
And then I went back after watching and remembering like almost nothing of it, and then watching the director's cut, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is great. The director's cut, by the way. Who do you think has a director's cut of a movie like that?
Probably you.
No, who made a director's cut? The one guy that always makes director's cuts of all of his movies almost. Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott. I was gonna say Ridley Scott. Speaking of Gladiator.
Yeah.
Speaking
You look at his, Gladiator. He also did. So he did The Last Kingdom, and I want to say he did a couple. I think he also did Black Hawk Down. Believe it or not.
He may have. It's hard. Ridley Scott's catalog is huge.
Yeah, but sometimes it's hit or miss. But with more movies, he's a lot of times more hit than miss. Right.
The Last Kingdom's amazing.
Is it?
It's fucking
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah, if PK recommends it. Okay.
Okay, I'll be thinking of you. Stream well. Stream hard.
Did either of you guys ever see the movie Enemy at the Gates
I haven't seen it.
with Jude Law and
Never even heard of it.
oh,
I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
okay. For some reason I'm spacing on it. Ed Harris is the other guy.
Really?
It's a movie about Russian. So it's World War II. I'm pretty sure World War II, World War I. Not honestly, I can't remember. But it's about two snipers that are kind of battling back and forth, Russian and a German, and they are the best of the best. and they're getting, you know, a whole bunch of press and everything. And I don't know, that movie was, it was really cool to see that aspect of it, like two snipers going up against each other, like the different tricks that they would lay. Like I think in one part of the movie, there's somebody that puts like a fake body, like hidden, and just because he knows that this guy will see it.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Crazy.
just lays his cloak and his hat over and a fake gun over this one part, and yeah, it's amazing. Like there's like the reflection of like the glass and like the light and everything else.
All comes into play.
All comes into play
Like
just to
that.
set each other up,
That's cool.
and how just one man can help turn the tide. It was really cool. So go check that out if you haven't seen that. Old school movies. Do you guys do old
Depends.
movies?
It depends.
See Lawrence of Arabia?
That is one of the highest rated war films of all time. I haven't seen that one though, but I've heard it. I've heard it in conversations.
It is one of the best shot war movies. I will say that. Only because it was shot in 70 millimeter.
Oh, that's big. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You may remember 70 millimeter kind of brought back by Quentin Tarantino when he did The Hateful Eight.
Yep.
And
Which is typically a wider shot, right?
it's an incredible shot. Like the film stock on it is extremely expensive, but it picks up a lot of detail, a lot of contrast. It's a wonderful format to go see any movie that's been shot in that. Not to mention, it's one of 3 movies that have gotten permission to film the pyramids.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, there have only been 3 of them. I don't remember the second one, but I know the last one was Transformers, and we all know how that ended up. So
Did you know there have been 3 concerts performed live in the pyramids? And the most recent one was the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and it was pretty cool.
Was pretty cool. Didn't see
The
that
other 2
one.
were Egyptian bands. I don't know who they are.
Oh, my first IMAX
You all
movie.
right there, champ?
yeah, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm overcoming a cold, so I apologize.
Push things in my way.
Right.
Into my
He arm barred himself. Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
My first IMAX movie was Tears of the Sun.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Interesting
Okay.
choice.
I was wondering. I have that on my list.
That shit was intense.
How's that? Bruce Willis, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect either. I was like, this screen is huge. I was like, everybody's dying.
It's
right.
another one I remember when I was in high school, because that came out when we were in high school, I think senior year. The fam was watching it, and I just tuned out and started AOL chatting people because I was not into it.
AOL chat. That's fun.
I remember doing that.
Yeah.
The biggest thing about that movie was the use of napalm. They used like, I don't remember how many tons of bombs that they used to drop napalm, and they did it twice on this one little section of land, and they filmed it that way. It was incredible.
Does Tropic Thunder count as a war movie?
I don't think it falls in line with what we're trying to cover today, but I think you could count it.
I mean, I just don't want this podcast to get too serious. Right? That's not what we're here for. But also, that totally doesn't count. Come on. Just when you said that, just reminded me of the explosion scene in there when Danny McBride.
I imagine that little Asian kid
What does he
stabbing
say?
next to
What
her.
does he say right before he blows it up?
Something about
His nuts or
titties.
something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I could remember. That's gonna drive me crazy.
Before you pop our next beer, the only other couple ones that I wanted to
I
mention,
just popped it.
no, were The Patriot. I really like that movie. I feel like that movie has.
Oh, great choice, man. I really like The Patriot. I forgot about that one. I can't
Yeah.
believe I didn't pick that because I really like that. Because that is what I love American history. So that kind of that deep-rooted early Americana history I like. The first thing I remember seeing Heath Ledger in too.
It's one of his first movies, one of his earlier movies.
Great pick, man. I'm glad you called that one out. Wow,
I was gonna suggest that. I mean, I know you're kind of against gunpowder, but it kind of falls
It's
in
right on the edge.
on that cusp. Yeah. And the other one that I also really like that is kind of also falls on that line of the cusp, but I don't think that you mentioned was Master and Commander: Far Side of the World.
Didn't like it. It bored me.
Okay.
I got that as a free movie on Vudu like 2 years ago.
You still haven't watched it?
5 years ago. Yeah, haven't seen it yet.
And I think, didn't I tell you, that's why I was like, oh, that movie was fucking boring.
Yeah, it
Because
just
I remember a lot of people really liking Master and Commander, and I was kind of excited about that, but it didn't take my
So
pickle.
I will tell you two things about that movie. What you need to look for in that movie is the sound. And it has amazing surround sound. And that will keep you pegged in the movie. If you have a really good surround sound system, turn on Master and Commander. Like when the ships are going into battle against each other, there is wood splintering all around you. You hear kindling, you hear footsteps running on the galley above you. It's amazing.
nice.
So go check that out if you can, and surround sound.
Cool. Just to get us back to that quote from Tropic Thunder, I didn't know that, but I did think about it. And Danny McBride says, "Mother Nature pissing her pants in." Because I had to know.
Okay, good.
Well, she would be wearing a pantsuit.
Yeah.
She's motherfucking nature.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh,
Power
Lord.
suit.
Power suit.
Jerry's poured us another beer.
I did, and I want to drink it because this room's getting hot. And I don't know how much longer I got in me. This one, however, looks super fun. It might be, and this is a hard contest, but the winner of the night when it comes to the labeling work. This one's out of Chicago, Illinois, by Pipeworks Brewing Company. This is Ninja vs. Unicorn, Double India Pale Ale, sitting right at the 8%. So I just showed a flash of the cans to our friends on the live watchings, but you can check it out on our Instagram also if you want to see it, but you've got to see this label. Of course, it starts, you kind of got that Japanese rising sun with a ninja, two swords on it, battling, of course, a unicorn. And it gets very cloudy and rainbowy with an angry looking unicorn. This is a cool fucking can.
Unicorns are dangerous. They are not. They're majestic animals, but they're dicks.
Yeah, you should watch Legends of Tomorrow. They are real dickholes.
I didn't think that Legends of Tomorrow would have unicorns on it, but okay.
Yeah, like first episode, man, it's intense.
Really?
Season
First?
4? Yeah, it's a good time.
Oh, first episode of season 4.
Oh, okay. That makes them work.
Yeah,
Okay.
that show's great, man. Watch that show. It's fun as fuck. I don't care. I just don't care. It's fun times.
I'll have to go back and look at it.
I liked it. I need to finish it though. What's the Untapped got for us?
Untapped has it at a 4.15. God, we're drinking some highly rated beers tonight and some high ABV beers. This is an 8%, breaking the IBU scale at 150 IBUs. It has a 4.15 derived from 92,000 ratings. It was added February 9th of 2012. And yeah, it has 100,000 unique check-ins. This is a very well drunk beer. And it says in the description, Ninja vs. Unicorn celebrates the epic battle between two of the biggest hopheads of the lore. Brewed with over 5 pounds of hops per barrel, this unfiltered double IPA is sure to please the most discerning hop lover, whether you're rooting for the mythical horned horse or the deadly assassin of the East. We hope you enjoy Ninja vs. Unicorn. Take care now. Bye-bye. I did that second part.
That last bit, yeah, was added. I took a sip of this while you were speaking on that, and it tastes pretty close to the 2 beers we had before this. These beers are starting to blend together a little bit.
Yeah, agreed.
We are starting to split hairs, but still, like, I had to grab this off the board just because of the can. Like, it was,
Oh, totally.
it's amazing. Like, I looked back at my cart or whatever it was, I don't know, what do you call it, crate, and
Karate. Yeah.
I was like, how the heck did I pick like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 different IPAs in this one thing? I was like, oh, that's why.
Because they all look the coolest.
Yeah, well, and that's saying something because like IPAs were just exploding, I think, around this time, like a couple of years ago at least. They're still doing pretty well. But the way that they differentiated from each other was labeling on this. So that is what was the key selling point, because you're right, they all taste very similar, but the selling point is their artwork. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, you like you said, Vic, super high rated beers on this one, 4.15. What do you think of that rating? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Why?
Also, before we start this, each 16-ounce can was $5.
Oh,
That's a well-priced beer.
You had to buy 2 of them,
but
But-
$5.
$5.
$5.
Jerry's like, oh, that makes my decision so much harder.
No, it might make it a little easier.
Oh. He made a motion and like covered his face and looked up to the sky.
Somebody farted.
I was young. You don't have to describe everything to the people. Well,
Well, they're not here, Jerry.
well, keep it a mystery.
I farted.
Hella farted. God, I'm suffering right now from IPA fatigue, and I can't really differentiate between
You?
what.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Well, the last 3 beers taste remarkably the same to me. Like, I'm struggling to pick out individual differences, and I don't want to rate this beer at a lower rating as a result. So I want to suspend it, but I'm having a rough time rating it.
Let me give you some more information while you take another drink then, real quick.
Sure.
Each sip of Ninja versus Unicorn welcomes you in with waves of mandarin oranges and pine resin from Citra and Simcoe hops. Hints of mango nectar make way for a bitter grapefruit peel embrace. Even with its 8% ABV, hopheads marvel at how smooth drinking it is.
But yeah, and that reminds me exactly of the lizard people.
That did not.
And the ectoplasm. Yeah, like it's God, I'm gonna do 3.75. That's where I'm at. It's a struggle, but they all taste remarkably the same.
Well, and I mean, I had the same problem last beer, right?
Yeah,
So there you go. No harm, no foul.
sure, yeah.
I'm gonna go like I don't mind this one. Same thing. They are definitely starting to blend together, but I do like the price mark on this one. I like the label. I like the taste. I'll rarely turn away one of these IPAs, especially since this is a true IPA, not hazy. So it doesn't taste as soft to me. It is a little bit more hoppy. So I actually can get a little differentiation that way.
It's definitely hop forward.
So I'm just gonna be Mr. Quattro tonight.
Okay.
All right, Jerry gives it a 4.0.
But again, the big factors of that: taste, good; price, good; artwork, exceptional.
All right.
I taste all the fruit notes in this beer. All the fruit notes.
Yay.
This is when I immediately sipped it, I was just like, what the fuck? This is amazing. Aside from all the other beers we've had tonight, when everything started blending together, you guys are saying, I taste every single bit of difference in this particular beer.
Oh,
4.25.
wow.
Nice.
Oh, so you taste the difference and you like it.
Okay. I'm going to go 4.0. I think it is a hop forward beer. I think it is incredibly juicy. And like Jerry said, it is a regular single IPA, not a hazy, and yet it is so dang smooth. Yeah, we've been drinking, but it is still dang smooth. It has bitter notes, still smooth. Smooth.
Yeah, agreed.
What's
Agreed.
Smooth. The beer is smooth. I don't know. Drink every time I just said smooth. Rewind it, then have that many.
Moist.
Moist.
Everybody rate it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure. I didn't know if I skip somebody or not. I'd rather double check and make sure everybody gets their turn than just to assume so and jump over you. You know?
Or you could just
Your
listen.
turn.
No, probably.
Okay.
Probably we'll just stick with my method. Thank you. So let's get on to it then. I don't know how much time we have, but let's start to wrap it up. What are your guys' favorite? Now we talking top tier, the best movies with some sort of war aspect to them, in your opinion. Not everybody at once. Mine's The Last Samurai.
It's a beautiful movie.
It's an absolutely
Very good
beautiful
choice.
choice, and it's another one right on the edge of kind of the gunpowder era, because it's definitely got both, and there are big guns in that one. But I really enjoy it. I love the judo in it. I love the budo. I love the poetry. I love the visual aspects of it, the cinematography, the acting. This movie is phenomenal. A lot of people are like, oh, The Last Samurai is a white guy. Yeah, it's actually not. Tom Cruise is maybe the star, but he's not whom they're referring to as The Last Samurai. But maybe
Correct.
if you watch the movie, you might fucking know that, you hillbilly.
Chung fat.
Ken Watanabe.
Whatever. I messed it up.
Either way, but I genuinely adore the fuck out of this movie, and till this day, it holds the record for the movie I've seen the most in theaters.
Really? How many times did you go?
Like 7, probably.
Wow.
hmm Plus, I think it was also the time when my brother worked at the theaters, and there wasn't a lot really competing against it, and I'd get in for free, so I just kept going to watch the same movie because I fucking loved it. Yeah, that's my personal favorite. What, 2003 is that one came out, and I watched that. It's maybe been a year or two, but I usually watch that movie super often.
Super dope. Right on.
Guys, anything you want to add to the movie?
Nope.
My favorite fact about it, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast, just because it is one thing. Tom Cruise, the action in this movie is so good because you know how Tom Cruise is when it comes to doing his own stunts, his own scenes. He put all of that into this movie. Like, this was a huge passion project for him. And the guy, Hiroyuki Sanada, the one that played Ujio, the big scary samurai with like the horns, pretty much the right-hand man, in it, he was the one that did a lot of the choreography for it.
Okay.
And he was the one that taught Tom Cruise swordplay, how to use a katana. And he said, one, he's the fastest learner I've ever seen. And then Tom Cruise apparently had to rebuy all of his jackets because none of them fit over his forearms because he got so big from all the swordplay he was doing in it, arm-wise on there. Needed a whole new upper body wardrobe. That's how serious he took this, and I respect the fuck out of that.
That's insane. That's awesome. I have that on my giant list here, but yeah, I knew it was on yours, so I didn't mention it. But that's a great pick. I like that movie a lot. We haven't mentioned Saving Private Ryan. I find that movie incredibly hard to watch, which is why I feel like it has a lot of resonance.
Totally.
That is a good one. I have seen that one, though. I like it.
I don't
It
know
is
a person
intense.
who hasn't seen
It
that
is
movie.
intense.
You have to go out of your way not to watch that
True.
movie.
It is super ingrained in American pop culture. Icons.
Paul out of his way to not watch that movie.
I haven't seen it.
Really?
Yep.
Hmm.
I don't
Okay.
plan to. No offense.
No, I'm not going to rush you to do that, but
Yeah.
it is a good one, but it's an emotional one. It's brutal,
Yeah. Agree.
as war movies tend to be.
They are, yeah.
But some really good story and character arcs and development in this one.
No, yeah. Agreed.
What do you have, Paula? Do you have a favorite wartime movie?
Dude,
Yeah, we haven't
I
talked
tried
about it.
so hard to dig into my fucking memory for this, and I really couldn't. I remember watching Behind Enemy Lines on FX
Okay.
with Owen Wilson,
Never
and
seen it.
that's actually not bad. And I
I like
actually
that
watched the
movie.
unedited version. I was like, it's a dope movie. It's a
No,
dope
it's
movie.
good. It's good.
But it's just not my thing, y'all.
You got
It's just
anything
isn't.
silly for us? Movie-wise? Sci-fi movies? With big war battles that you like more, or comic books or anything like that?
Well, I kept thinking of like the Battle of Helm's Deep, you know. And,
That's an amazing one.
I immediately thought of like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia when Frank kept referencing Rambo. He's like, this is my life, you know. They're like, you're referencing John Rambo. He's like, no, I'm not. This is my life, you know. So I don't want to take away, and I don't want to disrespect anybody from what they've done for us. But it's not my thing, not my thing.
What for you, big dog?
That's cool, man.
What about you, Vic?
Well, I'm probably gonna break the rules on this one, but I just, for me, wartime is just, it's intense. But I'm gonna go with a loose connection here. One of my favorite movies is fucking Top Gun, and the loose connection to war is the fact that it
It's a
takes
military
place
movie.
during the Cold War, and
I'll allow it. Go ahead.
it technically counts.
Totally
So.
counts.
I personally love air combat, and I love fucking dogfights. So that's probably one of my favorite things about the modern era and wartime. And that movie in particular does an incredible job at showing dogfights. It highlights the F-14 Tomcat, which is an amazing aircraft as a whole. Fun fact, that movie, it costs $10,000 an hour to run those planes.
Damn.
An hour to
Wow.
run the F-14s. And so you'll find a lot of the movie, I've watched it over and over and over and over again, that they utilize a lot of the same shots and mirror a lot of the same shots, mostly as a cost point, because If they tried to do all the combat, it would
Yeah.
cost millions of dollars.
Especially at that time. That's absurd.
Yeah, we're talking 1986, 1988 when that movie came out. So yeah, it was yikes. An expensive movie to film. Once again, TC Tom Cruise, man, kicking ass at what it is. And you got Val Kilmer, love Val Kilmer.
Mhm.
Mr. Iceman.
Iceman. Carrie Hughes, yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, Carrie Hughes?
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're
he was.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's in there.
Because he was in that and in Hot Shots.
I know, yeah. That's
He
why.
was the bridge in both
That-
of them.
that's
I
why
think
it
it's
threw
the
me.
same universe.
That's why it threw me, man. Okay, yeah. Good call, man. Way to be, JP. And it does a really good job at handling the military with that one. We got Jerry Bruckheimer, and he kicks ass. He's got a great military connection. So they did that movie service a lot with the air combat and the Navy and the Air Force. So that's my pick. Like it.
All right, well, you got one more?
I just have one more shout out. I don't know if I have any favorites on any of these, but I definitely just want to give a shout out to the movie Fury with Brad
Sure.
Pitt. It's a tank movie. There aren't that many great tank movies, but it's up there. It's World War I combat, tank combat.
Isn't that another Mel Gibson? No.
It's
That's
not.
David Ayers.
Yeah.
Who did that one, that's right.
Mhm.
8 years.
I've never seen it, but I did hear
8
that was
years.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
It incredibly shot and a really well done story. Does prove that Shia LaBeouf can act. Barely.
I've heard
But it
that
does.
too.
But
But doesn't he at least die in that one?
he does.
Cool.
Just a band of how relying on the guy right next to you. And I think that's the biggest takeaway.
I actually do kind of want to watch that one. I have heard that is a very unique
sound in that is awesome.
movie,
Really, really
too.
good.
It's not just kind of a general big, action. It's a very intimate, intense one.
Yes.
I'm kind of actually intrigued by that one. But
The different angles that they're able to get inside the tank too give you a very, very good sense of placement.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Uh,
I think I'm going to have to watch that one. I
yeah.
think I'm going to have to, just because that one, I'm glad you brought that one up, because it does actually intrigue me, and I think I'm actually going to write that down. All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap up. I think we're about done. I appreciate it. You guys know we missed a lot on this, and I'm sure we did. So as always, if you have anything you want to contribute, you know what to do. But before we do that, anybody been watching anything, playing anything, reading anything, doing anything?
I saw the new remake, I saw the remake of Pet Sematary.
What'd you think?
I was let down.
Oh, no.
I was let down. I think because the story wasn't as compelling as the first one. Like they really seemed to just rush it, and just kind of gave us like the gore and like what we knew was going to happen.
Okay.
And it was just like, man, why did you disrespected the fuck out of the original?
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. Well, that's too bad.
Was the first one more creepy?
It was creepier, and the story progressed better, in my opinion. And this one, everything seemed a little rushed. It seemed like people knew the story already, and they just kind of gave us like, we know you know the story, so we're just going to just kind of go with it. And it was just like, it was a real slap in the dick. Not in a good way.
Huh.
Mm.
I hate that bitch.
That sucks, man. Huh.
All right. Well, I guess I probably won't watch that one then.
Don't.
I know how much you like your horror too. So
I do love
it
horror.
must have been a
I
letdown.
do.
Yeah.
I do. And I was on a date, and she liked it, and I was like, man, I don't know if we're going to fucking continue. She's a cool chick. Remake.
Hopefully she doesn't listen to this podcast.
I know, right?
I watched with Vic, and I guess you did too a little bit, PK. My big thing over the week was All Elite Wrestling, AEW, All In Double or Nothing pay-per-view. The largest American wrestling production put on that's not WWE since like WCW essentially. It's the start of that big new company. So if you're a pro wrestling fan like I am, it was potentially historic going into it, and holy shit was it. There
really?
was not a bad match. It was really well done. They did have, if we're nitpicking, like the in-ring audio when they're speaking on the mic or whatever, could have used a little bit of pick-me-ups. Some of the cameramen kind of fucked up on there. They didn't get the shots they were supposed to. And the commentary needs to click a little bit more, but this is nitpicking. Ultimately, the commentary still think did a great job. The camera work overall was really good with the exception of a few shots. The wrestling was fucking top notch. The storytelling was great. Some of the matches, specifically the match between Cody Rhodes and Dusty Rhodes, aka Stardust versus Goldust. Holy shit! Was it not just a great match? Absurd amount of blood, but the post-match promo, people were in tears because of it. Like the emotion on it was real, which is one of those things I love about professional wrestling. Yes, we know it's fake. If you can, even as a non-wrestling fan, know it's fake and be able to be pulled out of that, suspend disbelief, get into all these sorts of weird emotions that you know you shouldn't have, they did their job and they did it well.
I will attest to that because I'm not the biggest wrestling fan at all, and Jerry's been trying to get me into it. Like, I mean, I don't know if you've been trying to. I've been watching it with you.
You can't get away from it because if you're here, I'm gonna fucking put it on. If you don't like it, too bad.
Yeah, and I was thoroughly enthralled by the matches I saw.
Mm-hmm. So it was really good. I'm really excited to see what this company does. I haven't been this excited to be a wrestling fan in a long time. And just yesterday, this event was the most excited I've been for a sporting event, I think, no joke, since the Saints went to the Super Bowl. Like, I was fucking jazzed. So in 10 years, it is legitimately the most excited I've been for a sporting event, and it did not let me down.
I've been doing dad stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watching kiddos, digging holes, fixing sprinklers, mowing lawns, moving trampolines, just dad stuff.
Making babies.
And a lot of Mortal Kombat 11. Been doing that too.
Wow.
Oh, you've been doing that?
Yeah.
I wish I was doing that. I
Just
don't
play
think
it
I
after
have
this if you got time.
time. Maybe a
We'll
little
see how
bit.
it goes.
I will say one thing. If you're in the Boise, Nampa area, go check out the Orchard House. Way the heck out there by the wineries out in deep Nampa. Go check out Orchard House. I think it's on Karcher Road. Way the heck out there. But they have the best cheese sticks, like mozzarella sticks. Like this is kind of one of those like find projects for me, where I try and find the best cheese sticks at any restaurant or location. I'll just, hey, oh, you have cheese sticks? Oh, are they any good? Oh yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, we think that they're up there. Try them. No, they're not there.
Really? With these, I love me a good cheesesteak too, but you're right. A lot of them can kind of be a disappointment.
These I thought were right up there. They're like probably second or third best I've ever had.
Dang.
So, and I've had a lot of cheese sticks.
All right.
My gut shows.
Cheese sticks?
Yeah, like fried
I think
mozzarella.
steaks, like a Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, no,
stick.
no.
Okay.
Cheese sticks, like fried mozzarella.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was worth the trip out there for that.
Well, what made it so good then? Because I don't like them.
Agreed.
Okay, so the way a lot of it is like texture and how melted the cheese is, right? So like, is it producing enough of that like cheese juice? Like, how crunchy is it? How much? How is the breading on it?
You know what should
Is
be
it
a thing?
natural?
Cheese juice. Think of what you just said. Cheese juice. Come on.
It's like the oil that comes off the cheeses. It's
I
fine.
know.
It's wonderful.
I understand what you're saying, but
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's good.
What about you, Vic? What have you been up to besides cheese juicing?
Oh, nothing, man. I'm just playing video games. I'm super boring. Just relaxing.
Hey, video games are cool because I know him and I together. It's been Mortal Kombat 11, maybe a few other things, but goddamn, that game's been fun. But yeah, we're almost at 2 hours, and it's hot in this room. I'm starting to sweat, so let's wrap it up.
Agreed.
Cheese juice. As always, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe on all things Brewnomics. Please give our podcast a 5-star review. Share it. Buy a veteran a beer. I'm sure they'll definitely appreciate it, or an active duty member one. Just that's your homework assignment for the week, Brew Crew. Find a service member, man or woman, current or past, and buy them a fucking adult alcoholic beverage.
Yes, please.
There we go.
We're gonna make a T-shirt that says "Get that cheese juice."
Oh, please don't. But until next week, I'm Jerry.
I'm Paula.
I'm Vic.
Will I am.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh my God.
Same thing for you over there on YouTube. Cheers.
To think at all. I don't even
Happy
know.
Memorial Day. Thank you, veterans.
Too goddamn
Love you.
sweating sitting here.
Dude, right.